Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm speaking to you from the future of this cast, but I just wanted to say this isn't what I usually do. I usually just upload individual games, but this set right here was so good from start to finish. And I feel like taking away any individual game really removes from the whole that was the set. So it's going to be a really long video, but I think if you've got the spare time, it's worth watching through it. All right, so enjoy. So, welcome into game one here. Mr. Yo versus Sebastian, Warlords 3. This is a set I've been really hype about. I've been super hype about it. I've said a million times, right? Sebastian is kind of on the verge of breaking into that next ring of players, I think. And we saw that come to fruition somewhat in Thalassocracy Cup. He beat a lot of good players to get through Thalassocracy Cup and win it. And we'll see if he can perform similarly on the big stage here, right? Thalassocracy Cup was an A or B tournament. I actually forget, but this is an S tier tournament, so we'll see if Sebastian can come to play. Mr. Yo is a really tough opponent to start with, but got to go through the best to win, right? So we'll see here. Sebastian is already super far forward with his scout, and he's actually going to lame a couple herdables off of Sebastian. Or sorry, off of Yo. So that's not a bad start for Seba. If you don't remember this map, you do have to come out here to these, I don't even know what I would call them. Pens, natural pens, I guess, and punch down the fences to get these herdables. There are boar, and well, maybe there aren't deer on this particular version. I guess there are out here, but not really pushable deer. So boars and herdables, and then fish are your food income here. Seba's snagging the herdables over here. It's low HP, so it only takes, well, 12 hits, I suppose, to get down. All right, let's talk about civs here. Sebastian has indeed gone for the Huns, and Mr. Yo has chosen the Malians here. So the Malians, straightforward. They're a really good hybrid civ, right? So they save wood on all of their buildings. So it helps them get their fish out earlier, but it also just helps them throughout the entire game, getting whatever they want to go into. Every single building they make is less wood, right? So everything just feels really smooth with the Malians. And their tech tree is kind of wide open throughout Castle Age. They can go ranged, cavalry, they have good monks, good siege, all that kind of stuff. So I really like Malians as a civ. The Huns, I think I remember the Huns being very popular on this map in the past. Obviously, some things have changed since the previous Warlords in this one, but I think the Huns were popular here. Just having good cav archers, that mobility is really nice. Usually you have to go cavalry on this map because you're so far away from your opponent. And also you're so open, right? It's difficult to wall on this map. Oh, next to impossible, really, with the water here. So usually mobility is king, and it's nice that the Huns can get into the ranged units while still being mobile. We got a forward dock here from Yo. So he's going to be contesting the fish. Now, the fish aren't super important here, right? There's not that much food in these ponds. There's only 500 plus... There's only like 1,100 food, counting the shore fish, left in this entire half of the map. But the positioning it gives you is very important, right? Especially if sometimes the spiral generates opposite to this, I think. Or at least it used to. But, like, right up next to your base is this water, right? So if Yo manages to win control of this half of the spiral, it could cause a lot of issues in Sebastian's base. So we shall see. It's going to start with stables for Sebastian. Probably the same back here for Yo, though he's only able to make the barracks right now, so selling out for that navy. And we'll see if that pays off. Sebastian is actually faster with a fire galley. Nice little quick wall there for Yo. keeping his forward villagers safe for the time being. He's also got a spearman here. Spearmen do get bonus damage versus navy. They still don't do that much damage compared to the total health pool. Oh, but is Yo stuck? He's getting poked by a lot of spearmen, and down goes his first fire galley, basically for free. That was a really good initial engagement there for Sebastian. Spearmen. Big brain plays. I like it, actually. There's a lot of traversable terrain on these ponds, right? So spearmen are actually viable, but demos are also viable. I don't know how that fishing ship survived. It felt like both should have gone down. But, okay, staying alive with one. Another fire galley is on the way now. And Yo also has a spearman out here. But you can also harass fish with spearmen, theoretically, here, right? So I like that the spearmen are coming forward for Seba. And get some pokes in on these fishing ships, maybe. Archery range behind this for Yo. So I said it would probably be cavalry, but I guess spearmen already on the field for Sebastian. You don't really want to go into scouts, right? Okay, Yo's gonna save up for another fire galley. And scouts are pulling back. There are quite a few spearmen on the field now for Yo, at least enough to scare away these scouts. Yo starting to wall up a little bit, but like I said, you really have, like, yeah, this is kind of how you have to do it, so walling up to the water is not really an option, so you have to go out in front of it. This is a nice little base for Yo. He's got everything he needs in here, right? Plus multiple wood lines is nice. This villager is not going to survive for Yo. I think she's dead. Whether she knows it yet or not, I think she's dead. Spearmen are only doing 1 damage per shot, but we'll get her eventually. Yo does pop out here, though. He's got archers and spearmen coming forward. Down goes that weak fishing ship. Also a demo here. Doesn't take the best hit. Sebastian did a good job of moving back out of that. But the army here for Sebastian is giving him so much value. Just the extra units in here causing damage. And this is really good. Moving back behind his stronger navy unit there. Wins that fight for Seba. Really good micro. Okay, this villager did die for Mr. Yo. He's gone for a fire galley in his own water. Interesting. It'll help him keep these safe. Especially from the skirms, right? He probably gives up on Sebastian's side. Again, there's not a ton of food here, so you don't want to keep investing if you feel like you're not going to win. It's not worth, like, even Sebastian, it's maybe not worth adding in more fishing ships at this point, so probably not worth Yo making anything more to snipe. Resources looking good, really good here for Yo, actually. Seba made a lot more military, right? Scouts, skirms, spears, that all costs food. Yo just made a couple of spears and then a couple of archers, so that will lead to a faster castle age timing from Yo. He clicks up now. Sebastian, probably only another 30 seconds behind. Could be less if he hits the market. I don't know if he has a market. He doesn't. Okay. That's fine, though. It'll just be night spam for Mr. Yo, I suppose. Though he could stay on archers if he wanted to. Malians, like I said, they can go into basically anything. Their ranged units peter out a little bit in Imp because they don't have Bracer, but yeah, stable coming up. I think knights are just the better play. And Archer is getting cleared up by skirms and navy here. Spearman also goes down. Yo didn't really find any damage here. Caused a little bit of disruption on the wood line, but no kills with that army. Yo's actually kind of in trouble here. So I talked about how the lack of military helped him in getting up to the castle age, right? But it hurts him in actual map control. He's only going to have his scout cavalry alive here in a minute. And he's been totally denied off this wood line. Okay, he's going to come out here for... what? A TC somewhere, maybe. He's not on stone, so he's not thinking a castle, but I could see another like TC out here. Maybe one kind of in here near the stone maybe would be nice. Definitely needs to take control of some more wood lines, right? Okay. There's one. 20 more seconds and Sebastian will be in the next stage. He's already gotten fletching, so he's thinking cav archers for sure. Knights are going to feel pretty good versus cav archers until you get a solid, like, 10 or so cav archers, I think, is usually the number that starts to feel like it can take decent trades. Upgrades depending, obviously. And here we go. Triple range production and getting a TC up over here. So the Huns do also save wood, right? They don't have to build houses. So... it's a little bit of wood saved from the Huns to kind of make up for the Malian bonus. Also worth noting, Yo is pretty much out of gold here. So it's important that he got this TC up over here. And wow, I'm like Nostradamus here. I'm on point. I said exactly where these TCs were going for Yo. That's a shocker. Usually I'm not as good. Usually I'm not quite on point with that, but... Cav Archer's on the way in, Bodkin is in for Sebastian, and that second TC is actually going to be delayed here, which is kind of awkward for Yo. Knights arrive as Sebastian's TC goes up. Neither player seems to notice this. Okay, now Yo does. We'll see if Sebastian is paying attention. Okay, yes, good. Yo is now denied off another wood line, but as long as he can get these TCs up, he'll be fine in that regard. Camel came out here for Yo. Malians have decent camels. They don't have any camel bonuses, I don't believe, but except for... oh, maybe Farimba. I guess Farimba would still affect camels, right? Obviously, that's later on in the game if we even get there, but... all right, Siege Workshop for both players. It's going to be Scorpions back here for Mr. Yo to try and deal with the Cav Archers. Also some camels. The camel, I mean, I guess with +2 armor, the camels are going to do okay against the CA, maybe. Well, this is quite a few CA. Sebastian definitely wants to notice that the Scorpion is doing a ton of damage. All of his CA were grouped up on 1 or 2 tiles there. Knights forward, but so far they've only managed to idle out this TC a little bit. Sebastian's done a pretty good job of maintaining awareness here, except not here. There was an overchop. Oh man, he was doing so good too. That was a caster curse moment. Oh, that's my bad. I was just saying how good he was doing. This might still be open. Is this? Where is this? Oh no, the tree's fine. Alright, the knight leaves. I guess it's open here too. So maybe he just ran in there, I don't know. Mangonels are on the field though. Mangonels are going to deal with the Scorpions very well, and this is a lot of Cav Archers to deal with any camels that might run in. Yo has been on 3 TC, but he hasn't been able to produce out of 3 TC, right? He's trying to make camels and knights, trying to get all this, you know, TCs up and running and stuff, and he hasn't been able to produce out of all 3 right now, so... Eco is still even. Sebastian probably about to add in a 3rd TC as well. That's a gross TC, actually. Oh my god. I guess he didn't really have a better option, though, unless he goes way out, right? Oof. That feels really bad, actually. I guess he doesn't know that there's nothing there. But, like... okay, I'm looking away. I'm looking away from that. Mangonel's doing the work against these TCs. We're going to start trying to get some hits in on the Scorpions. Now we're going to see Mango versus Mango. Trades off 1-to-1. That's probably okay for Sebastian. Though he needs more. He definitely needs more. Yo, though. No production at all right now. Absolutely zero production. He's going out for a 4th town center out here. This is a nice one. Gold and stone. I'd prefer it 1 tile over in this direction, though. That would be ideal. But that's okay. Bloodline's coming in for the Cav Archers. That's a good upgrade. Yo, starting to lose some villagers on this town center. It's tough to keep constant awareness over this area while you're trying to do other stuff. Yo has to decide what he wants to do with his cavalry. He either has to engage with it or send it forward. It looks like he's going to... Might just be trying to go for a surround. Not sure if he's actually sending them... Yeah, he's hoping for a surround, but I think Sebastian simply has too many Cav Archers here, right? I don't think there's any way you can ever take that fight with this stuff. Scorpion. Finding a lot of damage on that villager, at least. Yo is having to repair the town center. Technically, the Malians repair their town centers more cheaply. That was a great crop shot by Sebastian. Brutal. Taking out that Mango before it even gets a shot off. That's really good. But yeah, because their buildings cost less wood, technically the Malians spend less wood to repair. It's not a huge amount less, but it is something. And the Cav Archers in these numbers can kind of just snipe down the Scorpions. It's not a big deal. Cavalry coming in from the other side. He's going to try and snipe the siege. He's going to give up a lot of his cavalry numbers to do this. Maybe. He actually takes the hill. That was a much better engagement for Yo than I thought it was going to be. Okay. That delays that push quite a bit. 4th town center out here for Sebastian. This is a nice looking one. At some point, you have to take the middle because of the gold, right? There's only a few more neutral piles of gold left to take on the outsides here. Sebastian is doing it, but you can't count Yo out. Yup, I like Sebastian's position a lot, but Yo is kind of the master of grinding out games that it looks like he's losing in until eventually he wins, right? Fishing ships go down. I think there's no more food left here anyway, so Yo would have had to invest in fish traps if he wanted any more out of that. Castle up here is pretty nice. Keeps one angle of approach locked down. Don't know if we'll ever see Gabetto here. Against Cav Archers, probably not the play. Zebaziko is rolling here. He's a little bit behind on villagers, but 4TC! Huge demo! Oh my god, you can't hang out there, Sebastian. I know Yo isn't known for the biggest demo shots, but you can't tempt him like that. Oh man, that's huge for Yo, actually. That's a gigantic swing. Like, Cav Archers, you need to keep their numbers up. That's the most important thing with CA. That was a nice trade there for Seba. Oh, he doesn't quite save the Mango, though. The Scorpion gets that last hit in. This has been a rough 60 seconds for Sebastian on this push. But, I mean, it's still not great, right? Yo has a lot of villagers idled in these town centers. Res collected is still pretty heavily in Sebastian's favor. He's got almost 10% more res collected total. He's got more Cav Archers over here. That's going to idle out more villagers for Yo. Yo goes for a university. Probably just for the big body more than actual university tax. Imperial Age. Imperial Age for Sebastian. Yo is... I guess he's not the furthest away. He's got the gold, right? He just needs to idle out his production a bit and he'll have the food. But that's... I mean, idling out production is pretty scary when your opponent's going to be an imp. Do we see... Okay, Sebastian has enough for a castle, and it's going to go up here. Okay. Sebastian also bringing in the relics. I saw Yo got a couple earlier, so this is going to be 2 for both. I don't know where the 5th one may or may not be. Might already be in someone's hands. Ballistics coming in. Huns get fully upgraded CA except for that last armor, right? So they're a little squishy still. Yo has reclaimed his area here. So his TCs are working nicely. This guy just farming through the flames. It's not a big deal. Keeps it warm, right? Okay, so I guess we're gonna be going... Oh, but Yo decides to just produce through. So he doesn't want Imp. He decides to put all that res into camels. Interesting. That's not a bad idea. I honestly think idling out for Imp could have lost him the game. But now he's not going to be an Imp for a little bit longer, right? Seba's already hitting Imp right now. So Sebastian has a window here. And these camels aren't going to feel too good against the CA. Once the other half of the CA show up, there's 33 of them here. Bracer and Thumb Ring and Chemistry all on the way. And Castle Age camels are not going to do well against that at all. Imperial Age is clicked now for Yo. But Sebastian's got 3.5 minutes to do something with before any upgrades come in. Castle at home for Sebastian. He's thinking about a TC out here as well. Thumb Ring's a really big upgrade for Cav Archers. I think Thumb Ring might be the most important upgrade for CA. Because they fire slowly anyway, so that buff is good, and then they're pretty inaccurate, so that is also a good bonus from there. But all these are big, right? Ballistics, really important if you're going up against cavalry as well. He has so many Cav Archers on the field, 42. He's got 17 over there, he's got 23 over here. And the Scorpions don't feel great anymore now that all these upgrades are in. Oh boy, Yo's gonna go for a castle here. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. Sebastian micros down that mangonel very easily. Yo's gonna have to push in with the camels, and he's probably gonna take a lot of losses, but it's necessary to get the castle up, right? So even if he loses his numbers here, it's gonna push Sebastian far enough back that he might get the castle up. All right. We've got Trebs on the field, heavy cavalry archers, so these Cav Archers are as upgraded as they will ever be for Sebastian. And... okay, Yo's repairing, but I think Sebastian has the hill advantage here, right? So the Trebs are going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Yo is just reaching Imperial Age now, so I think it's going to be difficult for him to keep that castle up. Okay, heavy camel. That last armor is very important against these Cav Archers as well. Pikeman is getting teched into for Sebastian. That's going to make it even more difficult for these camels to actually do anything. And villagers are going to go down over here. Yo trying to get some hunt in just for a little bit of extra food, but the Cav Archers are still hanging out, so those villagers go down. Here we go. Pikemen. It is Omega Pikeman production here for Sebastian. This is what I like about Sebastian, as Farimba is coming in for Yo. But he doesn't mess around with production, right? If he needs production, he's dropping tons of buildings. And okay. I mean, Yo isn't even trying for a Treb or anything, right? I don't think he's gotten chemistry yet either, no. So he's just going to try and bank up. I mean, Farimba Light Cav can snipe down Trebs pretty well. Farimba Camels can too, I suppose. But even with Halb is now in for Sebastian, do even Farimba Camels feel good against Halb? I don't know about that one. Yo's out of stone. He is out of stone. He is on stone, but he's going to have to buy more if he actually wants this castle to stay up. Yeah, he cancels conscription, so that's not going to happen. Camels running around the back. There are a lot of camels coming forward for Yo. And they can snipe villagers real easy. That plus, what is it? +5, +6 attack with Farimba? I can't actually remember what it is. 7, 6, 5. Yeah, it's 5. So they're pretty good at doing the damage now. Iron casting and light cav coming in for Sebastian. There are quite a few castles around here for Seba, though this one might not go up. Castle does go down for Yo. This is going to be town center is now going down for Yo, and this is maybe his only gold. Is that true? Oh no, he's still out here, but it's completely uncovered. So if Sebastian can swing back over here with cav archers, Yo's not going to have any gold left. Yo's also throwing away quite a few camels around the base of this castle. It might be worth it. Maybe? Might actually kill this castle. This trebuchet is pretty unprotected, but Farimba light cav behind, even some Gebettos being mixed in for Yo. Okay, the push on this side is kind of not stoppable at this point, though. Yo doesn't have any way of preventing this from like just wiping his entire base at this point. He just doesn't have the military on the field, right? He's just going to try and rat it out back here with more TCs. Sebastian can see this, right? He's had this outpost up, so he knows this is happening over here completely. His halbs are actually going to snipe this trebuchet. That's annoying for Yo. The Gebetto are pretty squishy. They don't have their last armor in yet, so they're taking decent damage from the halbs as well. But this is what's going to be the issue, right? This is Yo's entire economy right now. He's got some stuff here, but that's not going to keep up production. More town centers going down. This is even production buildings going down for Yo back here. He's got some stables. Okay, he's got a decent amount of stables forward. Cavalier coming in now. But the castle stayed standing for Sebastian, right? Oh, Parthian wasn't in yet for Sebastian, so now these cav archers are fully upgraded. But Yo loses another town center. He just continues to build more back here. I don't know if this is worth it, Yo. I guess it keeps the trebs over here a little bit longer, but like that's a lot of res you're pumping into buildings that are going to go down immediately. And I think Sebastian has enough alb production on all sides now, right? Wherever Yo tries to hit from with his cavalry, I think there's going to be a decent amount of halbs there. And Farimba or no, Cavalier never are going to feel good against halb cost effectively. Sebastian even getting some cav archers back over here. Treb now setting up. These two cav archers are just waiting for the town center to go down. Okay, maybe not. But does know it's here, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know where these trebs are going. The halbs don't care. They simply roll in. Sebastian has 60 on food, so he can replace these halbs all day long. And never say never for Mr. Yo, but I think he's about to be in a pretty difficult position to come back from. He does snipe the trebs over here, so that's nice. I mean, his game plan here is to turn this into a wood game at this point, right? Untrash is, I think, strictly inferior to Malay Trash, even though usually Malay Trash isn't great. Huns also are missing some key upgrades here that kind of even it out a little bit. TC in the middle. This is also another way Yo could stay in this game. If he can somehow get control over the middle area and have gold when Sebastian doesn't, but I don't think this town center is going to happen. I really don't think this town center is going to happen. The trebs are here. These cav archers could be attacking something more useful than the TC Foundation, but it's all a-okay. Town center might go up, but it's going to go down immediately. And yeah, the halbs dust through the light cav. Town center goes down without making a single villager. Yo loses these villagers around here to this Hussar. Okay. Albs now coming into raid, and yeah, Hussar all in Yo's eco everywhere. He's down to 80 villagers. He's down to 100 total pop, and I think even Yo is going to have to call the GG here pretty shortly. As the Trebs are in position now to start taking down Yo's last remaining castle. He's down to 70 vills. What are we doing here, Yo? He's hoping for the biggest raid of his life, and to be fair, he is finding a pretty good raid back here. A lot of villagers down for Seba, but yeah, the GG is called. He just has no way of dealing with this, right? And as soon as this castle goes down, well, even before the castle goes down, Yo's eco is kind of nuked. So, our boy takes game 1. Okay, I'm hyped. I believe in Sebastian very heavily, but I was a little bit nervous that Yo would be too much for him here, but man, Sebastian looked good game 1. All right, welcome into game 2, Yo versus Sebastian, and we're here on Nomad. This is Yo's bread and butter, but Sebastian looked really, really good on Nomad. Throughout Thalassocracy Cup, he looked pretty much unbeatable on this map, so this is maybe going to be a really, really fun matchup. Yo's here with the Koreans, and Sebastian has chosen the Persians, so these are the civs we expected. Persians are always nice. They start with the extra wood, right? So you can get fish produced a little bit faster, but with the 9 vill starts, I don't know if it matters as much, right? Because you can just put all these vills on wood and you have enough for a fishing ship pretty soon anyway. Unless Sebastian is like force dropping off wood here in order to make a fishing ship. Yeah, so Yo even gets that first fishing ship out at the same time. And I don't know, Persians just don't feel great here. Sebastian has lag, okay.
Yes.
I feel like the Koreans are simply better on this map. But you still have to play the game, so you never know what's going to happen. Alright, Sebastian bringing back some boars. Both have pretty good maps. Sebastian has stone really close. He's not particularly close to gold, but Yo is so far away, I don't think he's in danger of losing this gold, right? And not for nothing, but Persians have terrible monks. Like, one of the worst monks in the game. And that's kind of your only option if Yo tries to go into war wagons, right? So we'll see. I like Yo's civ positioning here though, but we'll see what Sebastian has up his sleeve. If Seba can, like, I don't know, get up to feudal age faster, maybe snipe down Yo's fish. Maybe gain an eco lead that way. I don't know. But even like late game, right? If this goes like super late and Sebastian gets into like Cavalier Savar, Yo can just make a million halbs cheaply with the Koreans, right? And it doesn't feel that bad. I also wonder if Sebastian ever docks here. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea, right? There's quite a bit of fish here for how small the body of water is, which Sebastian can't see that, unfortunately, but even just from like a map control perspective, this water could actually be valuable, potentially. You're also a fan of the Koreans? Yeah, I feel like Koreans just feel better here, but I think they would have felt better compared to anything Sebastian could have gone with, right? So, kind of tough. I don't think the Persians was a mistake of a civ pick for Sebastian. I just think that Koreans were going to feel good here no matter what. Yo, going for some walls back here is interesting. The wall directly behind your base, horizontal to your base, is an interesting choice. Towers OP, yeah, true. You can even just go, like, late game, just plopping keeps down everywhere is such a difficult thing to contend with on this map. So I don't feel like the Persians ever have a point in the game where they're going to be stronger, right? Usually, even if there are two civs that are unbalanced, like maybe one civ will have a power spike at a certain point that the other civ doesn't, but it just kind of feels like the Koreans are better always. But Sebastian is up to the feudal age faster. He went up without Loom and one Vil earlier, so he's going to have a pretty sick timing here, and he's probably going to use this opportunity to clear up Yo's fish. Yo has quite a few fish on the field. He's got 6 fishing ships, right? So if Seba can snipe that down, that's quite a lot of resources for Yo suddenly sitting at the bottom of the water. Seba is also walling up here. And he's going to have 2 galleys out by the time Yo hits feudal age just about. He's following that up with some fire galleys. I like this. A couple of galleys early to start sniping the fish, and then fire galleys follow up to deal with Yo's fire galleys. Yo might go for a giga wall here. If this is his first wall, he might like wall like this or something. And try and keep all this stuff secured back here. I wouldn't hate it. Sebastian going for a more regular wall. He's also found another boar here. I don't know if you didn't see that or what. Alright, galleys are forward, but Yo has retreated his fishing ships just enough to keep them out of harm's way while his fire galleys come out. So that's pretty good for Yo. Yo has played many, many arena games, or sorry, many, many Nomad games in his lifetime. So he knows what he's doing. Interesting here, Sebastian actually canceled those fire galleys and made more regular galleys. Okay. Fletching is in. I usually say 6 is the magical number of galleys to start taking these fights convincingly. And Sebastian's at that number. Yo's going to find Seba's base back here, I think. Yep. Forward barracks here from Seba. So this is what Sebastian seems to like to do on Nomad, I should say. This is what his main plan was during Thalassocracy Cup. Super fast feudal. Get control of the water, snipe your opponent's fishing ships, and then go forward military buildings. Just try and do damage while your opponent is trying to get up to Castle Age into their unique unit. Whether it's war wagons or conquistadors, right? This is a little bit better for the Koreans than it would be the Spanish because they don't need the food for their unique unit, but same principle. The only issue is if Yo is up into Castle Age and has his castle up and is producing war wagons and hasn't taken a ton of damage, Sebastian's out of luck. There's nothing you can make in feudal age that deals with war wagons. There's just nothing. So if you're stuck in the feudal age and your opponent's just streaming war wagons into your base, that's kind of just a GG moment. Yo will lose his fish, though. Or if he doesn't lose them, they're going to be running around forever, so they won't be working. This boar was brought in for Sebastian. And he's going to be able to click up pretty soon here. The fish, plus all these boars and stuff he found. He's on the deer out here as well. It's a lot of resources, so I don't think he's going to be forever feudal, at least. He's definitely going to be way behind Yo, but... And Yo is actually the first one to dock this middle area. This is actually bad. If he can get, like, war galleys out in the middle... And this is one reason I kind of wanted to see Sebastian dock this area, right? Suddenly, if Yo is here, it's a huge pain in the butt for Sebastian. Okay, now Sebastian's going to go out for his dock, but Castle Age is in for Mr. Yo. Osal is the first upgrade we see. Looking like War Galley. I think that's what Yo's trying to save up for. Oh, and a castle, of course. So the castle is at home, safe. It will be war wagons. It's a turtle ship. Let's go. This is why we like Mr. Yo, right? It's a turtle ship in the middle. Oof. Okay. I don't know if that's good or not. I feel like a couple of fire ships are just going to wreck that turtle, but you never know. I'd like to see it work. The fish are all dead for Mr. Yo, and he's going to lose his outside docks here shortly as well. But here we go. This villager is about to get nuked by this turtle ship. Bam. And the turtle ship does... I actually don't know how much damage a turtle ship does to a building. Is that all? 49? Oof. That's going to take forever to kill that Persian dock. That's going to take forever. But that's not his win condition. This is his win condition. War wagons on their way out. And to be fair, Sebastian is going to hit Castle Age as the first war wagon arrives. So he can start mixing in. But again, Persians have miserable monks. It has to be what you go for, but they don't even get Sanctity. So I don't even know if the monks are going to feel that good against war wagons once Yo can mass up a couple of them. Yo hasn't been able to swing Bodkin yet, so I guess they're not going to be as good against the monks as they could be. Yeah, Yo is completely off of water on the outside. So Seba can continue fish booming if he wants. We'll see how much that happens. War wagons are a problem until these monks start to come out. And, okay. We'll see how this works. Monks have 9 range, and the wagons currently only have 5. So if Sebastian can get a couple monks here, he can probably take pretty good conversions before Bodkin comes in. Demo here for Sebastian, okay. Fishing ships are being re-added in on the outside now that he has complete dominance over the outside water. Okay, well, this monk is not using his range to his advantage at all. And goes down for free. The camels just aren't... Oh! The demo, actually big, it turns out. I was unsure what Sebastian was going to do with that demo, but he actually gets a really good explosion there on the war wagons. Only one goes down, but there are a couple weak ones in there now. Yo snagging a relic. Yeah, Yo did make a turtle ship. I'm unclear exactly why. It's not good against this dock. He did kill a villager immediately, so that was nice, but feels a little bit like anything else would have been better here for Yo. As much as I like turtle ships, don't get me wrong. I was hyped for the turtle ship, but it doesn't feel like it's doing the business. Bodkin on the way for Yo, so it's going to be even more difficult for Sebastian to find good conversion opportunities. They're expensive, the turtle ships? Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. You're not wrong. Fishing economy is going well for Sebastian, so you can see that res collected, extending out for Seba. He's also added in the second TC a little bit earlier than Yo. But both are booming pretty nicely now. It's going to be another castle drop for Yo. Okay. He's got his safe castle to produce the war wagons with, right? So he's probably going to go real far forward with this one. This villager is lost. Maybe just up here? Is that what we're thinking? I mean, the demos don't feel good against the turtle ship. It's got to be said. That's nice, at least. And it's Mr. Yo, so of course it doesn't just go up on this hill over here. It's going to be right up in Sebastian's grill. He's got the turtle ship here to cover this castle. So now it feels pretty good. Just don't let it get converted. That's the only issue you might run into here. Oh, it can't be converted, right? I always forget. You don't need redemption for ships, right? Yeah, so it can be converted. I always second guess myself there, but no, I don't think you need anything special for the ships. Alright, monks are yodeling away, and they do get one conversion. But the castle's gonna go up. Devotion is in for Yo as well, so it's going to be even more difficult for Sebastian to find a good conversion. I think Yo might give up. Oh, he snipes the monk before the turtle ship goes down. But this monk is charged up. He is charged up, and your turtle ship is now mine, says Sebastian. I have no idea what a turtle ship does versus a war wagon. I don't know if this is good or not, but it's better than nothing. Alright, but what... I mean, again though, like Persians, what do they have against these war wagons now? Now that they're masked up, like... The camels don't feel good. The monks don't feel great. Rams are bringing down this TC, and Seba is forced into a panic castle in the middle of his base to try and stop the bleeding. Yo is going to lose his dock eventually to this turtle ship, so that's nice at least. Ballistics coming in for the war wagons, though. Okay, castle does complete for Seba, but this TC is going down no matter what. Imperial Age, okay. Sebastian is going imp. He's had the fish boom, right? 13 fishing ships is no joke. And Yo's entire eco was kind of pinned towards making these war wagons. Now his food eco is looking decent, kind of. Ooh, it's really not though. So Yo might be in Castle Age for quite a long time. But what do you even go into an imp? I mean, I guess, like, block printing is nice here, right? But, I don't know. Villagers going down around the back here for Sebastian. He's losing them on the farms. He's losing them on the wood lines. His monks arrive now. But Yo can just leave. Come back later. Okay. Yo's getting wheelbarrow. I mean, if he sells stone and stuff, he could maybe go up to imp in not too long of a term. Mangonel's here, though. Seba doesn't really have any answer to that, and the war wagons are back in. And I just don't know what you go into. Oh, the monks aren't converting either. I think Sebastian's dead here. I think he might be dead. How do you stop this? He's in imp, but for what? He's gonna get heavy camel. Gets another TC up, but he's gonna lose fishing ships around the back here. And these Korean guard towers are keeping Yo safe around the back. The war wagons don't care about the TCs. They don't really care about these camels super hard. They don't care about the monks that much either. Okay, Sebastian does get one conversion, sorry. But it's just not enough. It's not enough. Even the castle is not doing that much damage. Seba only has fletching. Treb is out, so Sebastian can start bringing down Yo's first castle. But, like, I mean... Yeah. Yeah. Sebastian loses another 5 villagers there pretty simply. 64 vills versus 87. And I think Yo is going to hang on to the title of Nomad King for at least another day. He's also got war wagons over here, so Sebastian's trying to come out here and expand his base. He's keeping him penned in. And Sebastian's going to run out of space real soon here. This is annoying for Yo. He's repairing himself out of another castle. And the camels are here. They're doing okay. They actually do very well against the war wagons when they can engage, right? But Sebastian's not going to have an eco left. Okay, he's still trying to expand out this way. He's just repairing. 30 war wagons on the field is a lot of war wagons. That was going to come out here and... Oh, I keep forgetting. I don't have the punching Vill mod enabled because when I switched to game modes to the Warlords version, it messed with all my mods. All right, Seba, we're going to need something big here. We're going to need something real big here. You're down to 60 villagers. It starts here, I guess, if he can get a big clear up on the war wagons, but I don't think he can get a big clear up on these war wagons, can he? And we're going to find out. They do a lot of... I mean, if Yo doesn't do anything here, if Yo is not microing at all, it's going to be a pretty good clear up. He's running in at the front, trying to snipe this Treb. But this is a terrible fight for Yo. The war wagons don't do much damage to the Treb, but the rams might bring this castle down. Which would be quite large. Oh, and that Treb goes down after all. The camels are going to try and take another good fight here. Pops out. It's okay. Yo's down to only 15 war wagons. And I think Seba saves his castle here, right? Maybe at the cost of a lot of camels. But, I mean, the eco is just so bad for Sebastian, right? That was a good fight for Sebastian. He's taking good fights. It just came too late, I think. And here come the guard towers. Here come more castles around the sides. Here come the rest of the war wagons. Nice snipes, though, honestly. And the rest of the camels arrive. Yo can't just sit here and keep taking these fights. Yo, come on, please. You gotta, like, oh god. The war wagon pathing is so awkward, though. It actually is really awkward. Okay. Yo's gonna click up to Imp pretty soon here. And once Imp comes in, these camel versus war wagon fights are gonna feel much worse for Sebastian. Though I guess Sebastian doesn't have a lot of his Imp upgrades. He's gonna kill this castle at the front. Does Sebastian still have a chance? I think the eco is just so bad that he doesn't, right? But, I mean, he's had the fishing ships this whole time. Which has kind of just kept him in the game. Getting some good raids in with the camels now. Taking another pretty good fight against the war wagons back here. I think Yo needed to go into, like, pikes earlier. I think he needed to be in pikes already. Upsong coming in for Yo. Like a couple of pikes mixed in with these war wagons would have been such a killer difference. Yo's forward stuff is getting cleared up in the meantime. That imp armor is coming in for Sebastian. Yo's only got 8 war wagons on the field. Is this possible? Did I give up too early on Sebastian? More TCs on the side, though this one is securely denied for the time being. But Yo's losing a lot of villagers in here. Gonna lose even more once this TC and tower go down. Beautiful micro there from Sebastian. He snipes the monk by pulling the camels that were being converted back. TC goes down. As good as Korean towers are, and they're about to be keeps in 30 more seconds, but even Korean keeps are not going to do anything against the Treb push, right? Right, more towers behind this. It does slow down any push that tries to come in. This should be a conversion for Yo, and it is. Tower is denied, though. Tower goes down. War wagons. If the camels ever engage on the war wagons rather than the villagers, they'll start to go down. Pikemen are being added in, though. Halb on the way. And what do the Persians do against Korean Halb? Do they have anything? I guess they need to go, like, hand cannon? But God, that's so expensive. Sebastian needs to somehow swing chemistry and, like, ranges and the hand cannons. I think it's too much. Sebastian is also off gold. It's really a big deal that Yo denied this town center up here. And this one keeping Sebastian off of gold is big down here. These monks are also very annoying for Yo. Sebastian can't even go for, like, atonement or anything, so doesn't really have a good way of fighting the monks. He's got to switch into light cav. Try and deal with that, but the Halb switch is coming in more and more. And, oh no. Halb versus Camel is so bad. Oh, this is painful, especially it's only forging in for Sebastian, and those attack upgrades matter a lot versus Halb. Oh, armor coming. I mean, Yo doesn't have a lot of armor yet, but it's on the way. Bombard cannon's coming out now for Yo, and I think the window is closed for Sebastian. He pushed out a little bit while Yo was still in the castle age, but I don't know how he ever gets back into things now with Yo on this composition. Sebastian is up to 80 villagers again. He's actually pretty close to Yo in eco now. Or at least he's a lot closer than he used to be. He's not really that close, but he's a lot closer than he used to be. The issue is he just can't take gold anywhere. I think he needed to put a little bit more hustle into getting a gold under his control, right? He's teching into skirms, but Persian skirms are bad. They don't even get bracer. If this keep goes down... Oh my god, I can't believe that Treb just missed. If this keep goes down, then he can retake this gold for a bit, I guess, but how do you ever stop this? Inscription, arrow slits coming in for Yo. Halbs are going to start running through Seba's eco. So I was saying his villager number was looking okay, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. And I mean, this TC is going to go down on this side to the bombard cannon. Seba's pushed off a stone over here. He still can't get on this gold. He can't fight this at the front. He doesn't even have armor for the skirms, so even the war wagons are going to be doing pretty good against these skirms. And I think Seba's going to have to call this pretty soon here. I'm struggling to find a way back into this game for Sebastian. He had an opportunity there. That little bit of timing window, right? Before Yo was able to tech into Halb. He was doing okay, but like, this is not the way. This is not the way. Singular war wagons in the eco back here are going to cause so much damage. Even getting murder holes is Yo. Which means you can't do this anymore to take the towers down. The keeps, man. The keeps are so strong. Castle goes down for Seba. And I think that could be how he's kept his camels alive, but he just can't fight with them anywhere. Wherever Halbs are, those camels can't take an engagement. Now they're going down to castles and keeps over here. Yeah, it's over. It's Jover. There's no way. I'm calling it now. I try not to call games too early, but I'm calling it now. I don't think Sebastian has any hope left. I think his winning chances are below single digits. Gonna try and run in, snipe the siege one more time. He might get one. He does get one, but the Halbs are there to protect the rest of them. And there it is. Okay. So, Yo is the king of Nomad still. And it just felt so hopeless for Sebastian for so much of that game. He had good timings, right? He got up to Feudal Age first and did damage. Got up to Imp first and did a lot of damage, but just couldn't push enough in those moments to prevent Yo's Civ from simply being better. In Game 3, Yo versus Sebastian were on Land Madness, and Yo has actually gone for the Saracens here, which is a little bit of a surprise. Interesting, okay. And Sebastian has gone for the Magyars. 11K watching just on Twitch. Nice. Age of Empires is alive and well. That's what we like to see. Good. This is hype. This is the moment, right? 11K. Could be watching Sebastian win a really big set here if he pulls it off. So we'll have to see here. I think Magyars have to be preferred. This map, if you don't recall, these are unbuildable terrain. This is unbuildable terrain around these wood squares. Which means it's pretty difficult to wall up your base. You kind of have to wall to the TC and do some like super omega long walls if you want to try. You can go for mini walls around your lumber camps, but you're pretty much playing open. So Magyars running around with scouts is pretty tough to deal with, I would say. Saracens, I mean, they have camels. They have okay camels. They have they can hit some good timings with the market, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what Yo has up his sleeve. It feels like if you play Saracens like I think you normally would on this map, I think the Magyars are just better. So curious to see if Yo has some sort of unique strategy up his sleeve. Probably just going to be a race up to the Feudal Age either way for both players. Loom coming in for Yo, and then he's probably going to click up after that. Sebastian. Looks like he's going to click up without Loom after this villager. So Seba will have a 1 vill advantage up to the next stage. Still missing some pigs around the side here, actually. That could be... I guess it doesn't matter until he's pushed this in, but... Both players simply pushing stuff in. I guess Yo also hasn't taken some of his. Alright, and... We'll see. I think you have to go scouts here, even though I think Saracens would prefer archers. The players are so far away from each other and so wide open that it feels like scouts is always just the preferable play. But, like I said, you don't really just want to go straight scouts against the Magyars, right? Because they're going to have better scouts, so maybe we'll see archers here for Yo. He's already getting the pre-walls up on his wood lines. You have to make sure you give each segment a couple of extra taps with the Magyars. Alright, it's just going to be a stable for both. Immediate double bit axe for Sebastian as well is nice. Yo gets it too. Some spearmen being added in for Yo. It's kind of a necessity on this map. So Sebastian will do the same. Horse collar, even coming in for both really early. Interesting, okay. So both go for horse collar before they get their first farm down. That always feels nice. And you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful. Magyar scouts, they start with foraging, so... If any villager is left alone, they're in danger. And you can see what the small walls do, right? Like, they cause issues. They cause some issues for sure. Okay, scouts coming out for Yo. Sebastian has also gone for the small pre-walls. Sebastian steals a couple pigs. He got his own in. So a little bit of extra food there is always nice. Yo, even gets the small walls up on the berries. That's pretty good. And I don't think there's anywhere Yo can do damage. Seba's got spearmen back here by the berries. Everything else is either walled or right next to the TC. Yo doesn't really want to take this fight against the Magyar scouts either until he can swing blacksmith upgrades. He's going to go for an archery range. Okay. Didn't find a ton of value with the scouts. So he's going to try and switch on to archer's spearmen, I suppose. Where is he on gold? He's not on gold, okay. That could be an issue. If you're trying to go archers, not being on gold could be a problem. He sold all of his stone, I guess, to afford the archers, so that he wouldn't have to go on to gold immediately. I don't know. See how that works out. Yo's about to get... Oh, he just squeaks out of there. I thought he was going to get absolutely nuked by those scouts, but he keeps on top of it. Gonna have to do the same thing over here. Alright. Magyar scouts do okay against spearmen. At least little groups of spearmen like that, single spearmen. They also go through houses pretty quick, so Yo's got to be careful he doesn't start to lose that, or even just like committing to the production buildings could be good here for Sebastian. And Magyar scouts, they kill vills real fast. So even these villagers that are a little bit further away from the TC have to be very careful. 3-0 total KD for Sebastian so far. He's done a real good job keeping these scouts alive. Even diving in and half killing that archer before the spearman arrives is really nice. Wheelbarrow coming in for Yo. He has to come out to the gold, right? He has to. If he's going archers, it's simply necessary. There are skirms already out here for Sebastian, though. And I think there are enough scouts and spearmen in defense here that he'll save all of his skirms. That's the last scout on the field for Yo, and it's going to go down. Armor for the spearmen, but skirms forward for Sebastian is going to be a real problem for Yo. He has to start adding in scouts again. That feels terrible. Zico is not really set up for scout production. Blacksmith behind this for Seba, probably for forging. Or sorry, not forging, fletching, if I had to guess. Oh, and Yo's gonna get pounced on here. There are a couple of spears in the mix, but it's not enough. It simply is not enough against all of this. Spears all go down. Archers all go down. He did kill quite a few scouts. That's gonna be 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not the worst trade for Yo, but he does lose most of his army. Oh, he's getting forging now as Yo. I guess he's trying to get back into scouts. But Sebastian's going to be up to the castle age here in not too much longer, and Yo is not even close, right? All these upgrades, all the scouts he made, all these spearmen, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of resources. He's also 5 villagers behind. He has wheelbarrow, so that's most of it, but I don't know if wheelbarrow is paying off for him compared to just having the extra vills right now. Right, Castle Age just clicked for Sebastian. Yo has literally no food in the bank. Okay, but it's Saracens, right? So who cares? He just sells 600 wood, buys 700 food, and he's up to Castle Age. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Saracen eco, baby. That was crazy. That was a crazy hammering of that marketplace. But I guess if it works, it works. Seba has held onto his stone throughout this, so if he wants to add additional town centers in, he can. Don't know if that's the right play or not. It might just be full, like, knight spam is the way forward. And these spearmen are nice in defense, but only until the skirms arrive. And if the spearmen go down, this is Yo's entire economy is this gold right now. Trying to keep up marketplace shenanigans. There are a lot of spears here, it's got to be said. And fletching is just coming in now. I feel like Sebastian could have gotten a lot more damage in on those spears, really. Loses a villager forward, trying to get that marketplace up. So that's a little annoying. These scouts do have bloodlines and forging for Yo. There's so many spears in here. A lot of them are weak now, but it's still not a fight you want to start with your scouts, right? There we go. Now we're starting to lose some numbers. Alright, Castle Age for both. It's actually going to be Cav Archers. Okay, a couple Knights mixed in, but mostly Cav Archers. Magyars do have the best Cav Archers in the game, eventually. Another villager goes down there for Sebastian. So this is the ideal composition you want to be in as the Magyars, is the CA. So it's nice if you can switch into it early. Yo's going to lose some villagers on this gold. He ran out of spears. keep them safe, but camels now coming out, okay. The issue is that as Yo is switching hard into camels, the camels don't feel good against the CA, right? Unequal upgrades, I think the CA are just better. Although it is Saracen camels, right? So they have extra HP. So maybe that matters in this matchup. I'm not sure. Not sure what the breakpoints are, per se. Alright, light cav running in. Probably gonna snipe another villager here. They also see the cav archers. So Yo knows what it's going to be. And you might just stay camels anyway. Maybe that's the way. Camels break in here, but with the tower and the cav archers, don't want to hang out. TC up here for Sebastian. A pretty good TC. It's on the gold. It's not far away from the stone. There are deer here. You can't put a TC on the wood lines because of the unbuildable ring. CA being masked up here. He's up to 8. If he could possibly swing like a university, that'd be pretty big. I don't think that's going to be on the table anytime soon. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. It's on the table right now. It's actually not on the table. It's on the ground right now. Still gonna have to save up for the actual upgrade, though. He's having to hit the market to try and afford ballistics. That's always a bad feeling. We get bloodlines and wheelbarrow as well. Okay. So never mind. He actually sold the farm for wheelbarrow, not for ballistics. Should be another villager dead for Sebastian. He really needs to deal with this. He really needs to deal with this. Another villager goes down. 2 of them dead on the farms. Another villager down on the deer. Yo is underneath the TC, which the camels can't really handle. He only has feudal age upgrade still on these camels, by the way. So as Sebastian clicks ballistics now, it's going to be very difficult for these camels to ever be around the cav archers. But maybe they don't need to be. Yo doing a great job of pulling Sebastian's army in one direction and then showing up with more cavalry in the other direction, right? So as all the cav archers went forward to deal with those camels, suddenly Yo's back in here with more cavalry. Second armor is coming in. Sebastian tries for the quick wall. It doesn't quite work, but the knights can't hang around anyway with the cav archers chasing. Ballistics is now in. They still don't have thumb ring, which, as I said, is I think the biggest upgrade you can get on the cav archers. Maybe behind ballistics situationally. Okay, we're chasing the cavalry around the back. But Yo's going to show up at the front now, so do exactly what I said. Wherever he knows his army's in the back here, and Yo's going to lose a lot of army here, to be fair, but he does show up at the front. There are more cav archers here, though. So that's not bad for Sebastian. He's going to start sniping down some of these cavalry units in the back. Nice. 25 cav archers. I mean, this is the composition that worked game 1, right? Kind of smoked Yo with the cav archers in the first game. Yo is 4 TC back here as the Saracens. He carved out this wood line enough to even get a TC in here, which is nice. But how can you afford to 4 TC boom and also defend yourself against 30 cav archers? I think that's going to be kind of tough. Alright, Sebastian adds in his 3rd TC, and here come the cav archers. There are a lot of them. There are many, many of them. Just going to be Camel Scorpion again. This is the composition that didn't really work out for Yo in game 1, though the Saracens have better camels than the Malians do. Well, until Farimba comes in anyway. Monks. Oh my god, Thumb Ring is such a big upgrade. Did you see how bad those arrows were against that monk? Scorpions. They're doing okay. They soak a lot of arrows, right? But there's so many cav archers here that it's kind of difficult to... It's still difficult. Another Scorpion goes down. One does follow up, though. And each Scorpion shot is going through quite a few of these cav archers. So it's a lot of damage, even though not many kills have happened yet on the CA. It's still a lot of damage. Archery ranges. For skirms, I guess. Yo's gonna go for a castle back here, but the cav archers are going to arrive. Oh, they don't dive in. Oof, that's actually good for Yo. That's really good for Yo. This castle doesn't lock down any resources, but it does prevent them from just running in for free over here, right? Especially if Yo can ever swing like ballistics or something. Yo also getting the relics. He's already got 3, and he brought a 4th one back pretty close, and the 5th one's pretty close to his base as well. So that feels good, especially as the Saracens. The extra gold always feels good. Another Scorpion goes down. Elite Skirm is in, but these Elite Skirms only have fletching and nothing else. For all this military, Sebastian hasn't found a ton of eco kills. He's actually 4 and 12 out of his favor in eco kills. Please, just swing. You got enough. Just swing Thumb Ring. It's needed. I can't stand watching these arrows just... Oh boy, that was a lot of cav archers going down. That's what happens though, right? You keep taking these shots from the Scorpions, and like I said, they're not finding kills, but there's tons of damage being done, and eventually the kills start to accumulate. Alright, Bodkin is in for the skirms now, so they're actually going to be doing okay. Still no armor for another 15 seconds. I don't think this is a good fight for Sebastian, though maybe it is. I don't know. No, I don't think it is, though. Oh, he's killing a lot of camels, right? Ballistics on the way. That's going to help the skirms. It also helps the castles and the TCs if Sebastian ever does dive in. Okay. Or no, Sebastian did snag that final relic, so it won't be a 5-0 sweep for Yo in relics. And Yo's going to start losing villagers here. Also, Sebastian's switching back into knights, and he does get Thumb Ring. Oh boy, a couple of knights showing up is going to be really tough for Yo to deal with. He lost most of his camels to the cav archers, right? And the skirms just don't get it done versus the knights. This monk will get a conversion, which is nice, but that's the only conversion coming in for Yo, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Knights committing to skirms around the back, and there aren't enough skirms here. It's just a numbers issue, right? Sebastian seems a little divided on where his knights need to be, though, and he's losing cav archer numbers to the skirms. This feels like he's having an awkward time engaging around all these buildings for Mr. Yo, right? Camel swooping in on the left now, keeping the skirms safe. The army control here from Yo has been outstanding, actually. Really impressive. He's using the buildings to his advantage. He's always keeping his camels in a good position around his skirms. Really, really solid. He's got to be so careful. Like, one big misstep here from Yo, and Sebastian has suddenly cleared so much. Skirms are even killing these knights here. Imperial Age in for both. That's probably a fight you want to take with the knights, ideally. The camels were a little out of position, but Sebastian's just going to pull away and go up to imp. Okay. Magyar Cav Archers. I mean, if Sebastian can get into fully upgraded CA and like Hussar, that's a pretty tough composition for the Saracens to deal with, I think. More ranges. More TCs. Sebastian is heavy on stone, and you want the castle as the Magyars for the, what do you call it? Their unique tech, right? For the Cav Archers. Could even go like Magyar Hussar, I suppose. That would be a pretty sick combination with the CA. Alright, Yo's turn to be forward now. These camels are not where they want to be with all the CA right there. But there are a lot of camels and there are a lot of skirms. And it's only 9 knights on the field for Sebastian. He pulls off that gold at the front of his base as both players are close to hitting imp. I don't know if this is good. Like, I understand Sebastian wants to keep his mass alive long enough to get the upgrades, but man, it feels really bad to have given up all that ground to Yo. You were in his base, right? Even if you weren't finding a lot of damage, you were still in his base, and now suddenly Yo is knocking it on your doorstep, idling out farms, idling out golds. Like, it's still damage, right? Heavy camel and that last armor coming in for Yo. It's going to be chemistry first for Sebastian. Needs a little bit more gold, and he can get into a couple other techs. Now it's Yo's turn to not want to throw away his army before the upgrades come in. Heavy camel is a very, very slow upgrade. Brazier coming in for Sebastian. He's got 55 Cav Archers on the field. That's a lot of Magyar Cav Archers that are about to be mostly upgraded offensively. All right, both players simply wait. Bracer coming in for the skirms for Yo. Both players thinking about map control here. Seba's going out for an outpost, but Yo has kept a knight hanging out. A converted knight, by the way. Pikeman coming in here for Sebastian, but Yo just got his skirm upgrade, so I don't know if this is a fight you want to take as Seba. Where are the knights for Sebastian? They're healing up in the castle, okay. I mean, it's going to be an okay trade for Sebastian, just not, like, cost-effective, right? Trebs are working away on TCs here, though, for Yo. It's a Halb switch for Sebastian. That's okay. It's going to feel pretty good against the camels, right? But the camels aren't your problem. It's these skirms, right? I think the CA do decently against the camels. It's just a matter of getting rid of these skirms out from behind them. Skirms even killing villagers here. I mean, positioning is pretty bad for Sebastian. I still think I prefer his options as the Magyars, but Yo is so good here. He's always got these skirmishers on the CA and the camels on cavalry, right? Definitely needs to keep adding in skirms, though. He's starting to lose his skirm mass. And the Halbs are going to feel pretty good against these camels. Sebastian is really good about ooh, boy, as the camels dive in on the other side. All those knights go down. Villagers are going down. There's too many places for Sebastian to look. He's trying to get castles up around his economy, but I don't know if he's even noticed this yet. Okay, now he certainly has, but he lost a ton of villagers up there. He's losing more villagers back here. He does have the Cav Archers here, so this segment of the raid should be cleared up pretty fast. But skirms on the wood line, these camels are still finding villager kills. And And castles are getting trebbed down. More villagers down at the front. I think Yo has done enough here to win this game. He's 40... Actually, he's closing in on 40 villagers ahead. Heavy Cav Archer comes in. Bimaristan. I can't remember what that upgrade actually is. Thumb Ring. Thumb Ring. I guess it helps the skirms a little bit, but not that much. But Yo has so much res, he can get whatever he wants, right? Sebastian has to take a fight here. He needs to take down these trebs, but the Cav Archers need to fire on the camels. And they do, yeah, they're doing good against the camels, it's got to be said. So I think these trebs have to probably back up now, but they took down that castle before they had to retreat. Asar coming in for Yo. Still a good raiding unit, right? Even though it's not going to feel great against the Halbs. Also, these sneaky side stables did get denied. This is a lot of villagers for Yo that were a little bit too far forward. They're going to go down to some Cav Archers. And it's just a composition issue for Yo, right? It doesn't feel like the Saracens have an answer to Halb Cav Archer. Yep, all those vills go down. Like, I don't know. Yo's like on Camel Hussar Skirm, but that just isn't good against a Halb Magyar Cav Archer. Now, Sebastian is still missing some upgrades, right? Doesn't have Parthian, didn't get the unique tech yet, I don't think either. Still missing armor as well. These trebs are absolutely demolishing the Cav Archers, by the way. Cav Archers don't really do the damage against the trebs either. Oh boy, he's losing a lot of Cav Archers while he sits there and tries to snipe that treb. He's down to only 30 Cav Archers. He was at 50 not too long ago. But he does have more looping into Yo's base. This is going to be more villagers down for Mr. Yo. Gonna be more camels down for him too. This is the only thing Yo can send back here, are these camels. Oh, we might have a really good surround though. Sebastian not paying attention for a split second. Loses a couple of units in there. Hey, Yo going forward for another castle. He still has his trebs alive. Asar now raiding in on Sebastian's base. Sebastian has some gold still available in the back of his base, which is good, but the camels arrive again up here. There's not even a castle here anymore to defend against this. And these camels are going to find so much value in the back of Sebastian's base. Sebastian's at 90 villagers again. Oh boy, he's losing Cav Archers for free as well. I think Sebastian's about out of here. He's down to only 17 Cav Archers on the field, and full Halb is not the composition you need. I mean, he has res. Why aren't we producing here? Like, he is making stuff. Why is... Hey, he's prioritizing Halb here and another Trebuchet instead of replenishing his Cav Archer numbers. I don't know if that's good or not. He's getting good damage in over here with what remains of his Cav Archer army. It's couple wood lines getting demolished. These are very annoying raids for Yo to have to deal with, right? You have to commit quite a few camels to clearing up even small numbers of Cav Archers, so a lot of army that Yo would prefer to have at the front. But he does have army at the front still. As long as he has enough skirms in here, the camels can take... I mean, it's not a great fight for the camels, but it's fine, I suppose. As long as you have the gold income. Whatever. You gotta take... Sometimes you just gotta take a bad fight. And that's what Yo is doing here. I don't think this is a fight you have to take, though. This is a lot of Halbs now coming in. But it does not matter. Sebastian calls the GG. He's losing more army up here. He lost more Cav Archers. He doesn't... I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. I guess he just... His eco got nuked a couple times too many, right? couldn't keep up the Cav Archer production, and once you lose the mass, it's just not the same. He could never swing that unique tech. He never got Parthian. He never even got the second armor upgrade, which is actually a huge deal. Oh boy, alright. Yo goes up 2-1. To game 4 here. Mr. Yo versus Sebastian. We're here on Migration. And Yo has gone Japanese. Sebastian has gone Malay. That is what I suspected would be the case. And we're here on Migration, which, again, I say this a lot, but Migration is one of my favorite maps. I will say I'm not as much of a fan of the Warlords Migration as I am some other versions. It's very thin as far as middle islands go, right? So it's prioritizing water control even more, I would say. Because usually this middle island is a little bit chonkier, and you can kind of lose water and still be okay, but I think on this generation it's tough. I think everything is pretty much rangeable from the water here, right? Maybe like it right, I think it still is from up here though, right? So I don't think there's anywhere that's super safe from the water. Maybe like right on these berries is the only place. So we'll see. I think Malay especially, probably just go for a fast feudal. Try to get navy production out. Win water, right? Japanese, you don't want... How do I want to say this? You want to remove the Japanese fishing bonus as early as possible, right? So the Japanese fishing ships are working faster than yours, so sniping them is more valuable than Yo sniping Sebastian's would be. That being said, Japanese fishing ships are difficult to snipe. They have the extra armor plus the double HP. So it's very, very difficult to actually snipe these fishing ships, but I think it's what you have to try for. Equally, I guess I should say this, and one way that this version of Migration actually dissuades water control is that the wings of this middle island are really far out, right? So it actually takes quite a long time to actually reach your opponent. Even though, you know, Yo and Sebastian have both docked on the same side here, it still is a fairly decent travel time here for Sebastian to get around into Yo's fish. And if Sebastian goes the other way, I mean, Yo will already be in Castle Age by the time his galleys arrive. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And I was saying before the game, I think Japanese, just like straight up, feels really good against the Malay in a lot of different ways, right? Japanese ranged units are comparable to Malay. Their infantry is better. It's simply better with the faster attack speed. Their cavalry, which is usually bad as Japanese, is still better than the Malay, although they don't get elephants. Unique units, obviously samurai versus karambits is no bueno at all for the Malay. So, I don't know. Even like, I guess monks, the Malay have... I don't even know if they do, though. Might even prefer Japanese monks. So, it's tough. It is tough. And then Japanese have comparable navies as well. So, Sebastian's going to have to take advantage of his timings here. Both did go up fairly quickly, but Malay, of course, get up faster. So, galleys are being produced here for Sebastian. Looks like he will probably go around the correct side of the island, so that's good for him, but it takes forever. Like I said, it takes forever to kill these fishing ships. So, Yo's already going to have plenty of navy on the field by the time Sebastian arrives and is actually doing damage. And we'll see what the game plan is here. Migration is one of my favorite maps because you can do a lot of different things, right? You can go fast feudal into pure navy. You can go FC into Navy, you can go FC into middle control, and that middle control can either be TCs or it can be Monasteries Siege Workshop. You know, there's a lot of different options you can do here. And we see, okay, Water Buffalo being taken control of in the middle. That means Sebastian can start to scout the middle of the map, which is always a good thing. Third dock here for Yo. He is a little bit housed right now, which is not ideal for him, but, you know, it's fine. He's only housed for a little bit. Sebastian staying on 2 docks. Going for the blacksmith and fletching, okay. So, but Yo already did go for that. The Japanese do also save resources, right, on all these buildings, so makes things like this a little bit easier for them compared to the Malay. And here we go. Sebastian has arrived, but Yo already has galleys in defense. Ooh, almost loses that villager. And we'll see here, Yo isn't known for his water gameplay, but he is good on water. Usually he likes to make things messy with landings and stuff behind his water, so... which is definitely viable on this map. Yo even took control over those water buffalo back, so he's going to start scouting the middle island. And I'm just waiting to see who goes for that transport first. It's going to be a 3rd dock for Sebastian, okay. There are more water buffalo for Sebastian on the middle. Both players just kind of chilling out. Sebastian's eco is a little bit better than Yo's, even with the faster working fishing ships, right? The faster uptime from Sebastian means he's rolling with 2 extra villagers right now. So it does make up for it a little bit. Keeps things mostly even. Galley engagements around the left-hand side. Yo has the numbers advantage here. For now, until more galleys get massed up behind for Seba. And transport ship on the way for Yo, and he's going to click up to the Castle Age very shortly as well, okay. So Sebastian tried to go faster feudal, but hasn't really had it pay off. He is going to be able to click up to the Castle Age at roughly the same time as Yo. Yo is just getting Loom now, by the way. Seba probably doesn't have it still, yeah. Okay. So both will click up at the same time to Castle Age, but Sebastian, as the Malay, will reach the Castle Age a minute faster. That's going to feel pretty good for him. He's pushing back the Navy from Yo again. And transport ship on the way for Seba. He did have to sell his stone to go up, and Yo did not. So that might suggest Yo is going to go for TCs here in the middle. And Sebastian might start off with Siege and a Monastery or something like that first. Big engagement around the side. It's looking like pretty good micro for Seba. Forward docks here from Yo. Okay, so he's not thinking about a TC. He's going forward docks here, and it happens to be right where Seba was trying to land. Also not for nothing, but these docks have tremendous vision as the Malay, so that's not going to help Yo's sneakiness at all. He will get the docks up because the galleys just weren't in a position to deny them. Okay. But War Galley is already on the way for Sebastian, and Yo is still 20 seconds away from that. Monastery goes up in the middle for Sebastian as well. He can start collecting some relics. Could also cause a bit of an issue here for Yo. Okay, Yo's gonna go for a stable. He's getting War Galley for himself. So fighting around the side. He's got to wait for his upgrades to come in, though. And Sebastian goes for the town center first. Gotta be careful here. What does Yo do to deny this? Is he just gonna fight with villagers? I think he's just gonna fight. Oh, and again, I forgot to figure out my boxing gloves mod, which makes me very sad in these moments, but I think this is denied for Sebastian, right? He does kill a scout, and now the monk is out. The scout can't get around to the monk. Nice block. Okay, he does pull away the scout in time, but Yo gets a conversion on the spearman instead, and now Yo's villagers are fighting underneath war galleys, which is not ideal at all. The spearman gets in the way of the quick wall, or that could have been 2 more villagers dead for Yo. But I think Sebastian can simply go back to this TC and feel pretty good now. Even the scout can't really engage now that the spearman is here, right? These docks are going to get cleared up. Maybe a big demo shot before it goes down. It was okay. It was fine. Alley's moving forward for Yo. But it's still better numbers here for Sebastian. Siege Workshop and Monastery for Yo. So he's not going to go for the TC just yet, though he probably will once these are completed and he can swing like a Mangonel and a TC. There we go. Another Spearman has to get deleted there for Yo. And we'll see here. Mangonel. Sebastian's going to have to go Redemption, I guess. He doesn't have any other military production buildings, so you need something to be able to deal with this Mangonel. Okay, monk out for Yo. Sebastian sees the Mangonel as well before that spearman gets converted back. So now it's a tough position, right? Sebastian's thinking, oh, I'm going to need... Okay, he's going to go for a siege workshop to try and defend against the Mangonel. You got some pretty good trades, Mangonel versus Mangonel in game 1, right? So that's not too bad. But I think this is going to be tough. The way that the wood lines are partitioned out here, I think it's going to be tough for Sebastian to find a good engagement angle. We'll have to see. Sebastian is almost 10 villagers ahead. He's lost a couple to this Mangonel, which isn't ideal, but that is worth noting. Alright, let's see. Yo's got double Mangonels here. He's going to start harassing the wood line as well. But Sebastian shows up with his own Mangonel. Gets a pretty good shot to start out with before Yo realizes what's there. Okay, trades 1 for 1. That's probably fine for Yo. He still has the other Mangonel here, right? And Sebastian does not. Nothing even on the way. Yo's eco is kind of cracked back here, right? I don't know how he's affording so much navy and the siege and everything else, but he's pulling it off really nicely. Sebastian has monks, but no upgrades on them yet. I guess he doesn't need upgrades to convert some navy, maybe. Fishing ships go down for Sebastian, though. Those are the last 2 fishing ships he had on the field, and Yo still has 7 as the Japanese, and he managed to swing Atonement for his monks. Ooh, boy. Okay. Another 1-for-1 trade for Sebastian. Again, that's still fine for Yo. He's 1 ahead on the Mangonel production anyway. Okay, you don't want to throw away your Mangonel to the TC, though. Okay, you don't want to throw away your Mangonel to the TC, though. There we go. Good job by Sebastian, honestly, keeping those vills alive. But this is such an awkward place to fight these Mangonels from. It's so tough. You don't want to get right underneath your TC, right? Still maintaining a decent eco lead is Sebastian. He's also fighting back Yo's navy. So all this Land military from Yo is kind of hurting his production on water. Castle coming up behind this TC. Look at all these mangonels for Yo. There are so many here. Oh, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. It's fine. Oh. Oh, really good trades there for Sebastian. Goes 2-0 on those mangonel trades. That's really good, actually. I was a little worried, right? If that didn't go that way, the TC was going to go down pretty fast, and the castle could have been denied, theoretically. I don't know if that was likely or not, but... Okay, Sebastian is housed, but only until the castle completes. Yo will get his own castle up, but... Well, eco isn't looking good for Sebastian, right? Eco numbers are even though Sebastian has the more vills. Yo has the fishing ships. Don't know where they are. Yeah, they're still fishing pretty decently as far as efficiency goes, and as the Japanese, that's solid. So I think Yo actually gets up to Imperial Age first here. Sebastian is the Malay, so it can be deceptive sometimes, but I don't know how Sebastian ever has the res to go up here. He's just going to abandon this TC. Oof. Has to abandon it, go back to this TC instead. The castle will keep his eco safe. I'd be real careful with those mangonels. Sebastian also loses his navy. He's massing up karambits to try and dive in and snipe the mangonels. He's got to be real careful, though. The karambits do feel pretty good against the monks, it's got to be said. Converting a karambit, it's usually not even worth the effort it takes to click them. Actually gets good trade on mangonels at the front. And Yo clicks imp, though. Yo is on the way to Imperial Age, and Sebastian is not close. Yo also has navy still on the field, and Sebastian does not. He has 2 fire ships coming around this side. Could maybe snipe some fish if Yo's navy is out of position on the other side. Alright, here come the karambits. Couple get converted here. Nice trade with the mangonels, though. Monks start to go down to the karambits. That's good. Ooh, nice attack ground there for Sebastian as well. And he clears up the karambits afterwards. Nice. But imp is the issue, right? And maybe with the market, Sebastian could think about going up pretty soon. Maybe. Oh, that was a great snipe. I didn't realize that mangonel was that weak. Okay, navy is arriving for Yo. Sebastian has not gone in with his fire ships yet. Atonement is in, right? I don't think redemption is, though, so he can't convert the mangonels, but samurai are being added in for Yo, and samurai versus karambit is a disgusting fight. That might be literally, except for maybe cataphracts, samurai might be the worst fight karambit can take. Okay, Yoziko is going to be harassed back here by this mangonel, though. He's also going to lose some fishing ships up here. Japanese fishing ships are not. They can't survive forever against the fire ships. But Imperial Age is hit by Yo. Sebastian hammers that market now, but it's still 2 minutes away. Okay, clearing up this fish is good, though. Sebastian does still have the eco lead, right? So this was kind of... These fishing ships were keeping Yo kind of in things, economically speaking. So losing all those fish is pretty bad for him. PCs might go down, but there are no karambits here anymore to guard against this singular scout. Okay, it's deleted. This is not where the karambits want to be. This is not where the karambits want to be. Oh! Fervor, Sanctity, and Illumination coming in for Yo. Losing some vills here. Still no redemption from Yo. So I'm not sure if Sebastian knows it or not. Trebs working away at the castle, but the Karambits can kind of dive in. They don't even have... Oh! They take a big shot from the Mangonel, it's fine. Trebs go down. The Mangonel is also going to go down, and the Karambits are also going to go down, but just sniping the Trebs is fine there for Sebastian. Redemption is on the way now for Yo. The Karambits try to dive on that Mangonel, but man. Oh, that was a big shot by the Mangonel. 2 conversions on the Samurai are pretty nice here for Sebastian. The Samurai can now turn around and take out this Mangonel. Brambits get absolutely dusted up top by the Samurai and the fire ships. Okay, there's another Trebuchet out here for Yo. Sebastian is an imp. He's getting fast fire ship, Trebuchet, trying to stay competitive on water, but Yo is making it real tough. University is even denied there for Sebastian. And this is another issue, right? If your entire army composition is just Karambits, you can't make Trebs and Karambits at the same time. So Sebastian wants to be able to run in here and snipe these Trebuchets, but he also wants his own Trebuchets, and he can't do both. Gonna try and repair this castle, but he has no stone in the bank. I don't know. Another castle behind for Yo. He's also getting Kata Peruto for his Trebs. Got conscription lined up behind that. Castle goes down for Sebastian. He does have another one behind. TC goes down. He's getting chemistry so he can start to add in bombard cannons. Devotion on the way for Yo. I don't think Sebastian even has monks on the field anymore. I'm not sure if devotion is necessary. Alright, in come the Karambits. They snipe a monk, but that's it. And they get 3 Karambits converted. And Watchtower is coming up for Yo. Sebastian is 1 or 2 hammer taps away from completing this mining camp. I don't know what happened here, but that's actually really bad for Sebastian that he hasn't noticed that. I guess it doesn't really matter, though, because I think he's going to be completely wiped off of the mainland here. There are just too many Trebs here for Yo. He's got too many monks. He's got enough samurai, which is pretty much any amount of samurai is enough. Getting Yasuma for his towers now. Monks can take out these ships. And I think Sebastian's going to have to call the GG here pretty soon. He's still got a good eco, but he's running out of space here, right? And if you lose control of the mainland, you're kind of just out of it. Yo, did lose a Trebuchet down here. Sebastian is heavy on stone, but he is using a lot of stone to repair this castle. He's almost got the entire base of that castle surrounded. Brambits are going to run in, try and snipe the Treb. The samurai are there, though. And the castle's going to go down. And now what can Sebastian possibly do? He is still keeping this castle up, but even the bombard cannons, right, with the monks there, it's just not going to work out. Yeah, the castle goes down. Bombard cannons get converted. Samurai can run in. Sebastian has nothing to deal with the samurai on the mainland anymore. There's literally nothing he can do. Oh, man. These Karambits, these are converted Karambits now killing Sebastian's Trebuchets, which is disgusting. Sebastian's a fighter, man. I would have GG'd as soon as that castle went down, I'll be honest. Gonna keep trying for... I mean, he's got 127 vills. He still has the eco lead technically, but the positioning is just so bad. And again, Malay have no answer to the Japanese here, right? I can't think of a single thing the Malay can make here against Japanese now at this point. They can't even go elephants, right? Because Japanese Halb just absolutely toasts them. And the Yasuma Towers coming up for Yo, just claiming more and more land. This town center goes up just to go back down, although the villagers are soaking quite a few shots underneath it. Holy, that's 4 for 4. The first 4 shots from the trebuchets all hit villagers instead of the TC. But yeah, the GG is called. Man. Well, Sebastian's going to need a reverse sweep here. I do think, as far as the maps go, I think if there was ever a moment where Sebastian felt like he needed to pull off a reverse sweep, I think these maps are probably okay for him. But you never want to be in the position where you need to pull off a reverse sweep, right? All right, welcome in. Game 4, potentially decider match here. Sebastian versus Yo. And we are here on Alpine. So, the comeback has to start now for Sebastian. There are no more losable games for him. And he's rocking with the Romans here, which I think is a good civilization. Yo, though, has the Lithuanians. The Lithuanians also feel very good here. In fact, wasn't this... I might be misremembering, but I feel like this was the Civ matchup we saw in the last set we cast of this tournament, which was... I'm actually blanking on who was playing in that one. It was MBL Sato, and then the second match was... Oh boy, I'm fully blanking. Oh, it was Tato and... Boy, that's going to bother me. It was Tato and Hart. Yeah, of course. So, I think Hart actually ended up winning as the... Unless I'm completely just making everything up, which is always a possibility. I think Hart won with the Lithuanians going like heavy skirm, maybe. Is that what I remember happening? I don't know. I know Hart did win on this map going heavy skirm. He had like 20 or 30 skirms on the field in Feudal Age. And the Lithuanians have faster skirms, so you can still go for that. Romans, they do have faster working villagers. So everything that Sebastian does, gathering resources, building, all that kind of stuff, is a little bit faster for the Romans, which feels pretty good. Unit compositionally, I think the Lithuanians are simply better, but as the game goes on at least, I think the Romans probably preferable in Feudal Age just because of their economy behind everything. Both players are up to the Feudal Age. Probably just going to see skirms here, maybe scouts, but it feels like when players are close together, skirmishers are just the way that they always go. We'll see, we'll see. Sebastian is back here on this wood line rather early, which is interesting. Yo finds it immediately, which is pretty unlucky. Like, literally the first place Yo goes back here, and he finds that lumber camp. That's a little rough. Alright, barracks up for both. Now, the Romans do have some options here, right? They got double infantry armor upgrades, so they have very, very tanky spearmen or militia line or whatever. As they get their armor upgrades, at least into once Imperial Age hits, it just evens out. But early on, they have very tanky infantry. Going to be archery range for both, so... Indeed, probably just a skirm war. Sebastian consistently waits until feudal age for loom, and it hasn't burned him so far. But it makes me a little nervous. Alright. And skirms are on their way out onto the field. Probably see a blacksmith here pretty soon, although Hart went double range before he went blacksmith, so that's also a possibility. Is indeed a blacksmith though for Yo. And for Sebastian, he's housed. Okay, gets the house up. Doesn't have the wood for it yet. Yo is heavier on wood right now. And he's going to go for a tower. Okay, so I actually wondered if we'd see Teutons here for Yo because of potential towers. So interesting that I got the strategy correct here from Yo, but I didn't get the civ correct. Towers are annoying here, as fletching is also going to come in for Yo. That's going to deny Sebastian's berries. Could also be annoying on the farms at the front of his base. I think he's probably going to need a Bodkin for that, though. Blacksmith in the back for Seba, and we'll probably see fletching for him also come in. All right. So, no berries for Sebastian. That's pretty annoying. Don't really want to have to invest that heavily in farms immediately, right? But sometimes you have to. Skirms rolling around here for Sebastian. Yo already has the skirms in position. This is what Yo is so good at, right? His units always feel like they're where they need to be at all times. And that's such a difficult thing. Like, that's not a skill you can... I mean, I guess it is a skill that improves with practice, but also it's not like you can't grind game awareness in that way like you can micro or something, right? Alright. Joe's just hanging out here. He's waiting for these skirms to show up, and they will show up. Sebastian in a vacuum probably has better micro, but Yo is taking better positions here in this fight. He's uphill. He has the high ground, you could say. Like him out here taking these as well. Might just take a deer and then go out here for like gold or something. Wouldn't mind that. Ideally, these villagers don't walk all the way home. Yeah, okay. It's gonna hang out, and then maybe makes a mill. Maybe he does make a mill, okay. So he starts with the mill, he wants all those deer. Nice little community back here for Sebastian, as he's getting even big walls up back here. I like that. I think that's valuable. Sometimes a raid in the back on a bad wood line or something can be absolutely disastrous for you on this map. Okay, now Yo's coming back here for a lumber camp. Skirms have arrived for Sebastian, and he sees Yo going out this way. So even though I don't think he'll be able to do too much damage with the skirm still here for Yo, he does vaguely know where Yo's lumber camp is. I think he has to assume it's back there. Alright. Skirms are here. There are also some scouts here for Sebastian showing up at an inopportune time for Yo. So the scouts are going to be taking really good fights versus these skirms. Yo has to pull a lot of villagers to try and deal with this without losing his entire army. It's going okay for Yo. It's going better than I thought it might with the surprise scouts arriving. But he's going to lose most of his skirms here. More skirms coming forward for Sebastian as well. And it's a lot of idle villagers here for Yo. If the skirms ever go down, then it's pretty much just free season on these vills, and the skirms are going down. Ooh boy, this is actually really bad for Yo. The skirms aren't doing a ton of damage. Really good micro here from Sebastian, picking off the weak skirms, by the way. Oh boy, this is really bad though. This is really bad. The skirms are no more, and the villagers now... What do you do? He's chasing him with 8 villagers. That's almost a fifth of Yo's economy just running after these skirmishers right now. It's not ideal. He's gonna lose some of them as well. Spears go down for free, so the skirms go down for free. And this is a nightmare for Mr. Yo. This is an absolute nightmare. Sebastian is over 1,000 res collected ahead already. And behind this, he's simply... I mean, his villagers are just working, right? They're working, and Yo's are not. Oh, it's so gross. This actually might be a GG pretty soon here for Yo. He's going to start losing these villagers really fast. And there it is. That was a really, really quick game 5. And Sebastian absolutely bulldozes Yo there. Wow. Those scouts arriving. Yo was just not prepared for it at all. So I was applauding his game sense, but he was not... He did not see that one coming. Okay, we like to see that. Sebastian's not done yet. And he goes up there. And that is going to be a win with the Romans, and that is a loss with the Lithuanians on Alpine. Okay. All right, welcome in to game 6 here. Yo versus Sebastian. All right, Sebastian began to pull off the comeback there. Got another win under his belt. And this is his last home map as well. So he's got to be feeling okay. But pressure is still on him, right? Yo still can drop another game and be feeling okay. Sebastian, he's got to win out. So we've got the Slavs here for Sebastian. We've got the Franks for Yo. Absolutely classic matchup. We saw this yesterday on Land Madness, right? It's a pretty close matchup, really. They both civs kind of want to do the same things. They both have bonuses for their farms. Just kind of fairly similar civs in general. But I think Franks early on feel better. They get the extra HP on their scouts, right? So they militarily feel better early on in Feudal Age. Eventually, and also Franks, you know, they get the berry bonus, right? They gather faster from the berries. So early on, Frank Eco feels pretty good as well, but as the game progresses, the faster Slav farming really makes a big difference. Really makes a massive difference. So that is worth saying. Of course, the Slavs don't get Paladin. And the Franks do, though it's difficult to get into Paladin sometimes in 1v1s. What is this mill, Sebastian? Why are we doing this? I guess he wants to get up, right? He didn't want to wait to walk out here for the mill. That's gross, though. That's really gross. Ugh. All right, well, Sebastian's going to click up. He's still waiting another villager? I don't know, man. Yo's on the way up. Sebastian rushed the mill in the most weird place I can ever think of adding in a mill on this map. And then decided not to go up anyway. Sebastian goes up to the next stage. He still has 300 food in the bank. That has to be a build mishap, right? Okay. Christine, welcome. Nice emotes? Oh, thanks. I made them myself. Thank you. I'm not an artist by any means, but I did make them myself, yeah. Alright. Feudal Age is going to hit for Yo. And it's going to be scouts, right? For the Franks. Yep. And we'll see what the plan is here for Sebastian. He's floating a lot of res. But I don't know for what. I guess just he's never going to run out of scouts to make here, right? Table comes down, okay. Great work, wow, thanks. I don't know if anyone else has liked them that much yet. So very, very much thanks there, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not an artist, so I don't pretend. I've never called them amazing myself, but I'm glad if people like them. I'm getting better. I'm working on it. Alright, horse collar in for Sebastian. Of course, Yo gets that for free as the Franks, so that's a little bit of res he's saving there. Farms begin to be added in, and Sebastian will be working his farms faster than Yo will be. Okay, continuing to wall up at the front here are both players. Scouts on the way out for both. Again, Yo's scouts are strictly better than Sebastian's until Sebastian can swing bloodlines. Alright, Yo's gonna go out to gold now. Interesting. He's going out to gold. Is he thinking of adding in archers? Yes, he is. Archery range coming down. Frank archers, I still don't fully understand, but I will say again that the pros really do seem to like Frank archers quite a lot. I don't know what the obsession is with them. Franks have absolutely terrible archers late in the game. I guess they're okay through Castle Age. They don't get Thumb Ring. But it's okay. Sebastian will also be getting this archery, or he'll be scouting the archery range, right? So the main bonus that I can even think of for Frank archers is that they're a surprise, but it's not a surprise here. Also, Yo's wall goes down on the berries, so that faster Frank berries not really coming into play if your villagers all go down. Ooh, now it's Sebastian who's kind of trapped in here. Who is this good for? I actually don't know. Okay, the spearman's gonna go down. Another villager goes down. This villager might also go down. And not with the other spearman there, okay. But that's still 3 villagers, I think, that Yo... Okay, 2 villagers that Yo lost there. Not ideal. Try my art on the panels? Yeah, you're right, I should, actually. I need to spruce up the panels a little bit more. Maybe that'll be the next thing I do. I'm still down like an animated emote also. I haven't thought of another good animated emote to add. Tom Cruise was slinging out the gift subs a little too fast. I wasn't prepared for all these sub slots or emote slots I was going to have. All right, scouts going forward for Yo, but I think Sebastian is fully walled up here. I think. Sebastian scouts going forward again. Yo does have quite a few spearmen out in defense now. It's still only 2 on these berries, though. I don't know where the other 2 are. So Sebastian could take this fight if he wants to. Running right into them like that is not ideal. Bloodlines is in for Sebastian, so his scouts are now technically better than the Frank scouts. Bloodlines does give you a little bit more HP than the Frank bonus does. Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, and two spears is not really enough here. But that's another 2 villagers down, and could be another one here if Sebastian's micro is decent, which we know that it is. And Yo's army is just kind of picking away at the stable here for Sebastian, which is fine. I mean, if Seba loses this stable, it's really bad for him, but until it actually goes down, Yo isn't finding any damage here. Sebastian is fully contained, right? He hasn't gone out for anything here. He's not on anything on the outside, which I guess is why the mill was added in on the inside, right? He's choosing just to stay completely walled in. It's usually not a great idea, but I guess if you're finding 5 villager kills on the berries and whatnot, it's not bad. The stable is going down as well, and you can't repair behind it with the archers in there. This is actually really awkward. The 2 spearmen in there make this a really difficult engagement for Sebastian. He's got some skirms coming out. He's going to try and snipe down the archers, I suppose. Oof. Okay, he's going to get repairs in at least while this is happening. He dives on the spearman with his scouts. This is a really bad fight, though. Okay, stable gets repaired up a little bit. More scouts arrive, and I think Sebastian has enough now to finally clear this up. Well... yeah, it's fine. Sebastian also has forging and the armor upgrade, and Yo does not have anything here, so... not a bad engagement at all. Sebastian can actually probably just sell wood and go up to the castle age here. He doesn't even need to get on gold necessarily. Yo went for a tower on this gold. Gross. But maybe necessary. It's possible that's necessary. Gets a lot of spears in defense here, and Sebastian just runs right into him again. The second time Sebastian has lost a scout for free running into spears. A little bit sloppy there. Castle Age is clicked for Yo. Sebastian is going to get Loom for the first time. 18 minutes into the game, he's getting Loom. I mean, I guess if you're fully walled like this, who cares, right? And he should be able to click up pretty soon here. There we go. Okay. Yo's got about 45-second advantage up to the castle age, but villager lead for Sebastian is looking pretty spicy. Nice snipes here. He even has a couple skirms to deal with the odd spearmen that come forward. Houses get slammed down. Marketplace for Yo. Okay, and I guess we're setting ourselves up for night spams. Though Yo is still making archers. Spear's taking some volleys from the skirms, not ideal. But Yo has more. He's got 7 spearmen on the field. A lot of trash units, right? But maybe it's fine. It's a lot of military. 5 scouts, 7 spears, 8 archers. Okay. Skirm's being left out to dry here a little bit for Sebastian. A lot of scouts for Sebastian, though. He's got 15 of them on the field, and he's about to hit Castle Age, so even though Frankish crossbow bodkin being the first things you click in Castle Age feels pretty bad. Light Cav is going to be the first upgrade for Sebastian. I mean, like I said, Castle Age Frank crossbows are mostly fully upgraded. Kind of. They don't get Thumb Ring, but Thumb Ring's usually a pretty late upgrade anyway. Light Cav could actually be denied here. Sebastian has to take a... That's fine. It's fine. It was close. It was all calculated, though. And Sebastian's going to take this fight against the Spearman. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Crossbows are going to try and wedge themselves in here, but I don't think they're going to find a good enough place to sit to survive this one. And suddenly that crossbow bod can upgrade. The double upgrade there feels really bad for Yo, because you never want to be adding in more crossbows at this point, right? You get the upgrades because he had a lot of archers, but you really don't want to have to sit there and add in more crossbows as the Franks, because they don't scale any further than they are right now. Oh, I don't know. It's a lot of military for Sebastian, and it is simply not a lot of military for Yo. I like Sebastian's position a lot here. We do have pikemen in for Yo. So something else added in for Sebastian would be ideal, but... Ooh, the quick walls. That was really nice. Say goodbye to some of that military advantage. If you're Sebastian. Still does have better military on the field, and unless Yo gets the quick walls in, wow. Mr. Yo. Not known for his quick walls at all, but he gets them down there. The 3 TC behind this for Sebastian. It's only 2 TC for Yo. And Sebastian's already pretty far ahead economically, right? Okay. Sebastian is kind of throwing away a lot of military back here, though. That's not ideal. Even giving up a conversion there on the knight is pretty bad. And suddenly Yo's got the military advantage, or at least it's dead even for now. Light Cav comes in for Yo. 3rd TC back here for Yo as well. Okay, so what's the plan here? Just more knights for Sebastian? Maybe. Also housed, so he's going to have to get some houses up. Hand card coming in, so these farms are going to be absolutely pouring in resources. Slav farmers with handcart is pretty gross. Yo does have the... Oh, neither have gone for bowsaw yet, which is a little interesting. Usually that's the first upgrade you want. Nice picks here by... Well, it was one nice pick there by Yo. Gets one monk and then gets his light cav converted. Sebastian was thinking about a monastery there, I think. Is that what that was? I don't actually know. He's already got a monastery. Slav monks are speedy. They don't get free fervor, but they basically do. Going to be 2 relics being brought back for Sebastian. I don't think this monk is going to make it. I'm going to be honest. Ooh, maybe if he's really sneaky about it, he will. Oh. Nope. He won't make it, but he got the relic close enough. He got it close enough. And Yo's collected all the relics over from that side. So this is the last relic still to fight for. Yo's going out for it, but Sebastian's around with this light cav. Oh, he doesn't see the monk. He actually doesn't see the monk. Could be huge. Villager goes down at the back of Sebastian's base. Now Sebastian's getting those eco upgrades. Yo still doesn't have bowsaw. And really good unit control there, keeping the pikemen in position. Even converts and then kills the other light cav. Really nice for Seba there. Yo does get that relic, though. Unless Sebastian does a loop-de-loo and finds that monk again. Going to be 2 relics. Oh, no, sorry. Yo only has 1. Where's the other relic? Oh, Sebastian brought in a different one. He still has this one nearby. Okay. We must have already had one from down here or something. So it's actually going to be 3-2 relics in Sebastian's favor. Assuming he gets this one eventually. Alright, Bosal now coming in for Yo. I will say, Franks feel better super late game. If this turns into like a mid-Imperial Age game, or even late Imperial Age game. I think the Franks do just feel better. But we got to get there first, right? And Yo is now 10 villagers behind, even after this damage comes in. This is really bad for Sebastian, though. Being delayed off that TC is very annoying. Now he has to send more villagers out there. All right, it's full pikemen versus pikemen here at the front. There are 18 knights on the field for Sebastian, though. That's crazy. The army numbers here for Sebastian are absolutely wild. You can see the res collected difference, right? That's that. I mean, he's had more villagers too, but it's also slab farming. Always worth noting that players do chop in towards one another, so there's not a ton of space between them anymore. Sometimes it's worth dropping a tower or something in here to be annoying. But the knights are here. Knights and pikes are better than just pikes by a pretty wide margin. So even though this isn't super cost effective for Sebastian to be throwing his knights in here, he can just clear up the entire army from Yo. And then once the pikes are down, there's a lot of eco out here to be idled out for Yo, right? That's 10 villagers in there, 5 in there, another 10 in there. A lot of idle villagers for Yo. And Sebastian's on 4 TC, adding in more stables, more houses. The farming eco is absolutely kicking back here for Seba. 100 yeah, villagers still looking good. Yo's gonna click up to Imp, though. Okay. So I said if this goes Imp, the Franks feel better, so Yo wants to take it to Imp. It's just a matter of if he can survive long enough to take advantage of it. He's losing villagers around this castle. I don't know, the longer this goes on, though, the more I have to question if it's worth it for Seba to keep throwing away knights like this against pikemen, right? Guess he still has enough. Slav eco is disgusting. He's 6 stable knights right now is what Sebastian is producing out of. That is wild. And if they get inside here, it's a real big problem for Yo, and they're inside here. And it's a big problem for Yo. He has to quick wall in his wood lines if he can. And he can. But this is quite a few villagers on farms that can't fit inside this town center. Oh, and they all pull off of the wood line too. That's really bad for Yo. Oh, that's really bad. They come out from behind their walls just to find no space in the town center. All right, the pikemen are coming in to try and clear this up. It's now 17-7 eco KD. Sebastian is a solid 30 villagers ahead right now. And the knights just keep on coming and they don't stop coming. Yo is having to garrison everywhere. The pikemen continue to chase and get good engagements, but that eco lead is only going to continue for Sebastian, right? And he's losing more villagers, is Mr. Yo. There's absolutely no pressure in Sebastian's base. Everything Yo has is just trying to run damage control back here. They do finally clear up those knights inside his main base. But there are more knights coming. The production is absolutely wild here, and despite that production, Sebastian can also click up to the Castle Age as soon as his Siege Workshop completes. Running out of air in my lungs here. Imperial Age is clicked for Seba. And Yo hits the Imperial Age, but like... for what? He's gonna get chemistry. He's making a trebuchet, but that trebuchet is never going to make it to any buildings that Sebastian has without getting sniped by cavalry. I don't think there's any hope. Nice engagements with the pikemen. Might be worth switching into like infantry here for Seba, right? Slav infantry is quite good. So I wouldn't mind seeing man-at-arms upgrades and stuff start to come in. Still being annoying back here. This is the entire military for Yo, chasing around these knights in the back. He's losing villagers on the front. Can't respond everywhere at once. Yo is really good at noticing these things, but you simply can't be looking everywhere all the time. Yo is still flatlined at 100 villagers. Sebastian is all the way up to 144. Alright, castle is up for Seba now over on this side. Imperial Age is only 50 seconds away, and Yo has not taken advantage of his Imperial Age timing at all yet. He did get Halb, which helps even more in these raids, but honestly, Pikeman was doing well enough. He just couldn't take the fights as well. Detenet's coming in for Sebastian. More archery ranges. It's hand cannoneer for Yo, so I suppose he's anticipating an infantry switch from Sebastian to do with the Halbs. But yeah, like I said, these Trebs simply aren't going to stay standing long enough to actually do anything. Cavalier coming in for Sebastian. He's getting that last attack upgrade. By the way, Yo only on forging for these Halbs, so Sebastian's Halbs are going to be quite a bit better early on. And militia are on the way out, so you got to be a little bit careful with the hand cannons being added into the field, but... oh, and he actually DQs all of those militia, so he just wants to stick on Halb for now. Trebs are coming out. I love the outposts around this side for Sebastian. That's really good. Just maintain vision over the sides is really, really important on this map. Cavalier is in. Alb is in. Hussar is on the way. This depends on how good of a fight you can take. Sebastian doesn't really have a great way to deal with the Halbs right now. And he doesn't get hand cannon. I mean, like I said, the options feel much worse for the Slavs as we extend out into Imperial Age, and that's where we're at right now. Okay, heavy Scorpion for the Slavs. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Franks can go Bombard Cannon to make that awkward. This is a cheap Frank castle, but I don't think it's going to go up. Okay, it goes up. We'll see if he can keep it up. Franks do repair more cheaply than other civs because their castles cost less, and repairing is a percentage of the cost you put into it, so... but yeah, that castle goes down. It's a big fight here, and like I said, even though the Halbs countered the Cavalier, Cavalier Halb feels better than just Halb. Even with the hand... I don't know, the hand cannons are dealing a lot of damage behind this, though. Don't want to throw away your Cavalier for free. Hussar coming in. TC over here by Yo, but Sebastian's getting a castle up. They're now quite close to chopping through. I'd like to see a tower here if anyone can swing it, which technically either player could. Yo, with the bombard cannons, finding a lot of value here. He's sniping down the Trebs. Oh, he actually loses a bombard cannon to that Treb. And Onager is coming in for Sebastian, so this is the composition you need as the Slavs, right? They don't get Paladin. They don't get ranged units, so it kind of has to be siege and infantry if this goes late. Hussar is good too. No bombard cannon, though, is kind of a tough one to not have if you're going into a big siege war. Another castle over here that's going to take this TC out of the picture long term. And cannons get hit real hard by the scorpions. As do the halberdier. Yo has to continually be sniping these scorpions behind because the rest of his army composition just can't take these fights. Okay, here we go. He's been sniping the scorpions pretty good. It's actually important that these scorpions survive on 1 HP to double bombard cannon shots. But the halbs are suddenly not there. The halbs have run out, and the hand cannons don't do the business against the cavalry. That's a lot of hand cannoneers going down. And after the hand cannons go down, these bombard cannons are going to go down. That's a lot of resources suddenly not on the field for Yo anymore. Hussar just running in, sniping bombard cannons everywhere. This trebuchet is way out of position for where it needs to be. And it's gonna go down to the Hussar. Ooh, oh boy. Oh boy. The castle goes up. There's a trebuchet behind it, so that TC has to be abandoned. Yo's just getting some barracks up, try to produce some stuff over on this side maybe. Trebuchet is working away on this castle for Yo. And this is the last castle. This is the last castle for Yo, right? He's got this stone here if he wants to take it. That's it. Ooh, boy. And gold is also an issue for Yo. He's there on it. Okay, he's got enough here. For now. But Sebastian has control over this. He's got control over this, and he's going out for it. He's got control over this, and he's going out for it. This castle goes down for Mr. Yo. There are a lot of scorpions behind here too, so these halbs don't want to be here. Even though they want to be fighting the Hussar, they really don't want to be fighting in front of these scorpions. Gotta be careful with the regroups. Good shots for Yo. Really good shots for Yo. These attack rounds are disgusting from Mr. Yo, but eventually he's gonna have to actually take a fight. Oh, and the halbs are getting destroyed by these scorpions. The Hussar dive around. They're going to clear up that bombard cannon. This treb, I don't know where this treb came from. It rolled all the way through Yo's base, I suppose. Bombard cannon's going down on this side to Hussar. Well, alright. It made the Kessel run through Yo's entire base, so now it's here to actually set up and start taking stuff down. Bombard cannon pops out. It's just going to go down to the Hussar, though. It might be able to kill this Treb before it goes down. It can't. The Treb can't get it down either. The Halbs. Oh, they finally get enough damage in to bring the Treb down. Okay, we're through the middle. We are through the middle. This is not a test. We are through the middle. There's a castle here for Sebastian, and he can just send Hussar through here now. Okay, Yo re-walls it. That's good for Yo. That's needed for Yo. He can't deal with that and deal with this stuff as well. Crop rotation and two-man saw coming in for Sebastian. Of course, Yo gets crop rotation for free. Hussar, run through. They're going to snipe another trebuchet. This feels like Yo can't keep any siege on the field, right? He's doing okay over here where there aren't any Hussar. And he might even kill this castle over here. But Hussar now running into the back of his economy, idling out villagers on this gold. He's going to have farms idled out. Oh boy. Trebuchets are working away over here, and Yo only has Halb over here, but they get cut through by the Scorpions. And, you know, I said I thought I preferred the Franks late game, but I mean, Yo never teched into Cav here, right? He like made a couple of knights in the castle age, but it's been full infantry here, and the Slavs just have better options if it's going to be full infantry siege. Slavs feel better. Okay, this castle remains up for now, but Yo is putting a lot of stone into it, and that stone that he doesn't have, he's chewed through the rest of his stone, so there's absolutely no stone left for Yo for the rest of this game. Which means this is going to become a very expensive repair if he wants to do it long term, and Asara running through the middle, killing villagers here. There's a trebuchet trying to set up here, but it's not going to find any value with the Hussar in here. There's even an onager here for Sebastian. Villagers going down. Yo's at 120, so he's still maintaining an okay eco. He's down to his last 100 stone, though. Okay, probably need more scorpions here for you, or for Sebastian, actually. Kind of let his... Ooh, he let his production lapse a little bit, and Yo runs out of stone right as the trebuchet goes down. So he's still alive over there. He's going to kill this castle over here. This is actually big. If Sebastian loses his positioning over here, suddenly Yo can take more gold. He can take more stone. That's actually a huge deal. Sneaky archery... Oh, sorry. Sneaky barracks back here for Yo. Oh, this is the sneakiest barracks. It is right on the edge there. And suddenly, like, the Hussar don't take good fights against the Halb, right? So even though they're good at raiding, they're good at sniping the siege, they don't take good fights anywhere that they actually have to take an engagement. Oh man, Sebastian's going to be so sad if he loses this game. He was in such a good position. He was pushing and pushing and pushing for so long. And suddenly now Yo's pushing on this side. Yo's kind of pushing in the middle. And Yo was pushing on the right-hand side too. That's usually a sign that you're out of the game if you're getting pushed on all three sides of enclosed. Yo is just able to take this for free. How is this happening? Feels like Sebastian is so focused on this central push, right? That he's struggling to pay attention to everywhere at once that he needs to. And again, Yo does such a good job of noticing everything he needs to notice. Sebastian now not noticing this raid. He's losing villagers. Could even be killing these bombard cannons. Please, Sebastian, look over here. These are clearly in range of this castle. Oh, that hurts so bad. That actually hurts so bad. That being said, Hussar are back through the middle. Treb goes down for Yo. He's losing more villagers. So as Yo is paying attention over there, suddenly he's not responding here. It's a lot of villagers going down. The push is not happening on this side still. I can't believe Yo is being allowed to do this. I can't believe that. And Sebastian sees this completely. That's so sad that he's not reacting to that. It's also so sad that he didn't kill these bombard cannons when he could have. That would have been such a big deal. It would take Yo so much time and resources to get more bombard cannons over to that side of the field. Alright, Yo's going to lose this TC in the middle. That's not ideal. Can't really push this with the Halbs underneath the castle with the Scorpions here. It just isn't a good idea. Both players are castling over here. I don't know how Yo got all of these villagers over here, honestly. It's way more than I thought were over here. Definitely way more than Sebastian thought were over here. He's losing quite a few of them around the base of this castle, but he will get the castle up. And that could deny the castle here by Sebastian, right? I think these villas are all in range of the castle. Oh my god. Oh my god, Sebastian, please. I'm gonna feel so bad if Sebastian loses this game. It's just a couple of really bad things have happened to Sebastian. It feels like he can't look everywhere he needs to be looking right now. He's going to dive through here. He's going to snipe another bombard cannon. But the Treb went down for Sebastian behind, so this TC is still standing for Yo. Okay, Sebastian being over here again is good, but this is so much gold Yo is being allowed to take that he should not be able to take. This is so much gold that Yo is being allowed to take that he should not be able to take. I mean, Seba still is floating 2,800 gold. He's making pretty much just Hussar Halb. And then mixing in Siege every now and then. So long term, Seba is still set up for decent success, but he's got to stop this stuff. He really has to stop this stuff. The raids are pretty good, though. Yo is still unable to maintain anything above 120 villagers, and he's been making villagers for quite a while. Yo is trying to add in more hand cannons, which is weird. I guess there are more Halbs back on the field, but it feels like mostly what Yo is dealing with are these Hussar, which the hand cannons don't really help with. There's a Boyar on the field. Boyar over here killing stone villagers. Sebastian, please, just put some units over here and clear this stuff up, please. Okay, he's killing these villagers finally. Couple vills go down there. This area is a disaster zone for Yo. He kind of just has to give up on it pretty soon here, I think. Like, re-wall it out from the outside and just get out of here. But Sebastian's now losing ground over on the left. This is another stone Yo can take. A Hussar flooding in here now. That should be enough Hussar to deal with these Halbs, I think. Just straight up. He's going to dive for the bombard cannons. Okay. That's fine. Bombard cannons... Oh! Bombard cannons go down. Sebastian? Hello? Oh, man. You gotta be looking. Okay, he's got a Treb over here now, finally. So that castle will start to go down. More Scorpions. Scorpions are great. Everywhere Scorpions are is really good for Sebastian. I think he needs more of them, to be honest. Feels like everything Yo is making is bad against the Scorps, except for these bombard cannons that Yo continues to get good shots with. Oh boy, a Trebuchet went down up here to some Halbs. Sebastian makes another one. Bombard cannon is out here for Yo, though. So Seba's gonna have to dive with the Halb and try to snipe it. Okay, that bombard cannon does finally go down now. And the Halb is also gonna go down to the castle. So those are a couple more dead villagers if Sebastian wants them. Sebastian also killing the repair villagers here is really good. Yo doesn't have a TC over here, so he can't replenish these villagers. And all but one of them go down, so that castle will finally go down for Yo. Which means Sebastian should have control over this area again. Oh boy. This is scary, though. This is the type of game that is really scary when you're up against Mr. Yo, right? Like, we know that Yo just gets stronger the longer the games go on for. So, even though Sebastian has been in a good position here and remains in a good position, right? The total population, you can see Sebastian's pop capped. Yo is unable to do that right now. Despite that, you just have this in the back of your mind, like, Yo sometimes pulls these games back. He turns them into wood games, and suddenly it's an issue. That being said, Seba does have full wood control right now, right? There isn't really a place that Yo can take wood comfortably. He's like down here, but if Hussar run in, that won't last. Another Treb goes down for Yo. Siege is becoming pretty expensive for Mr. Yo. I think this is his last gold pile again. It should have been... He should have been out of gold already, realistically, but... Throwing Axemen going down around the back. All this stuff is getting cleared up. Sebastian takes control over this gold again. He still has gold here. He denies this stone from Mr. Yo. I don't know where Yo is at. Where is Yo actually taking stone from still? Oh, he's not. It's these villagers coming forward here. Surely that's not gonna happen, right? I don't think Sebastian lets that happen. More Hussar running in. They're trying to protect the Treb via the Halbs. And, okay, it works this time, but the Halbs are taking a lot of damage from these Scorps. Again, like I said, everywhere these Scorpions go, it feels like Sebastian takes really good fights. Even the castle is getting in some shots here, so even though this should be a good fight for the Halb, they're getting completely cleared up by everything behind. If the Halbs run out before the Hussar do, it's going to be really bad for this siege. Hussar now behind, clearing up villagers. This is Yo's wood line, right? And Yo has still been unable to get above 120 villagers. There's 180 eco kills for Sebastian in this game to 34 from Mr. Yo. That's insane. That's a crazy ratio. Oh man, okay. The Halbs are still putting in work in the front against these Hussar though. It's gotta be said. Oh, I can't believe Sebastian has let this happen again. I can't believe you've done this again. But I think Yo has run out of Halbs at the front. He's going to start losing hand cannons. The Hussar can dive on this Treb again. That's another trebuchet that should go down for Yo. He's got the repair villagers here, but yeah, it does go down. This bombard cannon is in the danger zone as well, although I think Yo can save that one for the time being. But this TC will finally go down for Yo. Maybe, maybe not. Oh. There are Hussar working on these villagers. Now they dive for that bombard cannon. The Halbs are also here to get this bombard cannon. The repairs are costing Yo a lot. He's about to run out of gold here. And how much gold is left for Mr. Yo? It's 800. That 800 isn't going to go very far when Yo has no siege on the field. If he runs out of gold without having siege, what does he do? I mean, he still has 2 relics, but like, how does he ever push all this back with only 2 relics? There are castles everywhere for Sebastian still. Yo's trying to go for a castle, but he has nowhere to put it. This is a disgusting place to put a castle for Yo. The Trebs are right there. Oh boy. The Halb won't get out of the way. Okay, there we go. Halb's diving in, trying to get cleanups on some Scorps and some Hussar. They're actually doing okay. Now the hand cannons are in here, but there are no Halbs in front of them now. So they're going to have to pull back again. Castle goes up for Yo. Castle should also go up for Sebastian, though. And little Hussar raids around the back for Sebastian are really good. They're forcing Yo to keep military back here, right? Yo has also completely carved through these wood lines in the back even. That's how desperate he is for this stuff. Oh my god, Yo found another stone pile. That's so gross. But he's losing villagers. He's now below 100 villagers. Has Sebastian finally done enough to close this game out? This castle is going down real fast to the trebuchets. Yo does have a pretty good cluster of hand cannons in here that are doing a lot of damage. Another castle here from Sebastian. I don't know how Seba has so much res still. I don't know how he had all this stone for all these castles. That's crazy. Yo just trying to repair, but now there's 3 trebuchets back here for Sebastian, so that's a lot of damage being brought out against this castle. And surely there's no other stone here that Yo can find, right? Surely there's no other stone here that Yo can find. So I think this castle, as it goes down, will be the last castle for Yo. And Sebastian has turned this into a Game 7 situation. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh geez, oh my, oh man. Yes, Seba was also over here, so this castle was going to go down too, and Oh. All right, so we're going to a game 7. Welcome in. This is game 7. Sebastian versus Yo here in Warlords 3. Decider match. It all comes down to this. And it is a showdown on good old Arena. Yo has gone for the Teutons. The Teutons are my favorite arena civ. They aren't the best arena civ, especially at the pro level, but they are my personal favorite when I'm playing. Sebastian has gone for the Turks, and I know a lot of players. I know the Turks are a lot of players' favorite civ on arena. All right. Oh boy, I'm stressed out for Sebastian. I can't imagine what Sebastian is feeling right now. To crawl back in this, being down 3-1 to come back 3-3, and now have to pull off a Turk push on arena. Go through. Oh boy. All right. So, Turks, we know what the Turks like to do, right? It's either a fast imp into like bombard cannon push, or it's a forward castle drop into Janissaries, or a bit of both, right? You can go forward castle, then go up to imp behind it. Sometimes if your opponent's just booming it out, you can pull that off. But Teutons with crenellations on a castle or two here kind of just shut down everything the Turks want to do, right? So, I mean, Janissaries are still strong. They're strong against everything except for like monks that the Teutons can do. But if that initial push doesn't work immediately, like if Yo can survive at all, the Teutons just feel way, way better than the Turks as this game goes on. Maybe if you can go super far forward and take like all 5 relics, and then even if Yo survives, he's trying to fight like no relics versus your 5, but like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Teuton Light Cav, or sorry, I think Teuton Scouts trade decently against even like Turk Hussar. I don't think it's as big of a discrepancy as you might think it is. And I mean, Turks just don't have anything else, right? They don't even get elite skirm. They don't even get pikemen. So if this game goes long, they're absolutely toasted. They don't even get onager. Like their trash is absolute trash. Feudal Age is on the way for Yo. Already. Interesting. So Yo might be going for like this might just be fast feudal eco upgrades, and then leverage it into a decently timed castle or imp for himself. I could see that. Never mind. Yo's forward with 8 villagers to do this tower rush. Okay, so it's okay. This makes a lot of sense, actually. Teuton Tower Rush keeps your opponent in their base, right? And everything that the Turks want to do, they want to be up here. They want to have castles forward. They want to have siege workshops forward. They need to be up in your grill. So the Tower Rush, even if this doesn't end up doing a ton of damage, it still keeps Sebastian back here. So when he hits his timing windows, suddenly he's going to have to not only clear up all these annoying towers, but he's going to have to now push back across the middle, then get a forward position set up. It just delays your opponent a lot. Oops, sorry, I punched the mic a little bit there. And delaying the Turks is a big deal, right? All right, Yo's through. He's through the outside walls. And he's come tons of villagers, but I guess it works with the Teutons, right? Because you can garrison 10 villagers in these towers, so not that bad. Another tower here. It's actually kind of a big deal that Sebastian made his first farm here instead of like back here. It's actually a really big deal that he did that. That's not something you want to have to think about, but against the Teutons, maybe it was worth thinking about. Because this farm's going to be denied now by this tower. Alright, Sebastian hits the feudal age. He will still be able to pull off this fast castle. I think. It's going to be kind of awkward, actually. It's going to be really awkward, actually. He might... Oh, boy, I don't know. He might want to not queue up these villagers. Yeah, he has to cancel that villager, and now he'll be able to go up. But it's going to be really tight economy. It's going to be a really tight economy. This tower is going to go up, so he's forced off the berries even, so he's going to have absolutely zero food income very shortly. Well, currently. He does, thankfully for him, he's got the stone back here. Counter tower here from Sebastian. Oof. Good thing for him, Yo doesn't even have the stone for a tower yet. Yo's just gonna punch his way through this house. He doesn't care. Who needs a tower? We've got boxing gloves and we've got villagers. That's all we need. Meanwhile, Yo's eco is looking pretty good back here. You know, it's eco where you sent 8 villagers forward. You sent half your economy forward as soon as you hit feudal age. It's that kind of eco, but it looks good beyond that. Sebastian just got enough stone for that tower, so he's not going to drop a castle to deal with this tower push. And I mean, honestly, this tower is really bad for Sebastian too, right? You're never going to win the tower fight versus the Teutons. So it's pretty gross that he's even being forced to try. Alright, so I guess it'll be a siege workshop back here for Sebastian. That's kind of all I can go for now. There it is. Even mangonels don't feel amazing versus Teuton towers, though. If they're garrisoned. I'm kind of surprised Sebastian hasn't come out here and just punched this tower down. It's not covered up, right? It's not covered like these towers are covering each other. Alright. The repair war is on. Mangonels are coming out here for Yo. He's getting a scorpion behind this as well. I don't know if the scorpion's going to serve him very well. He's going to send the mangonel over here. Interesting. Ooh, gotta be careful there. Almost a good attack ground there for Yo, but like I said, even the Teuton tower feels okay against mangonels, right? Oop, loses a villager. With the repairville, this is going to feel okay for Sebastian, and that tower does go down. Okay, so the first tower goes down for Yo. Yo's eco is a wreck back here, by the way. He's got literally 0 gold. It's not ideal. I don't know. Just come out here with vills at this point, Seb, right? Oh boy, the scout is in here being annoying. Another mangonel is here. Seb was out of wood though, so we can't keep repairing this mangonel forever. Drawing the fire with the spearman was nice. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Probably not intentional, because now this scout is being problem. Okay, there we go. And Sebastian has not been able to produce villagers this whole time. He's completely been off food this entire time. It's an actual disaster for him. Villagers are going to start to go down for Yo. Towers go down for Yo. Nice. Oh, beautiful attack ground there from Sebastian. as another tower goes down. So maybe the eco's not going to be looking quite so hot for Yo. Another great attack ground by those mangonels. And okay, Castle H is in for Yo though, and Sebastian is not even close. He is nowhere close. Literally, Castle Age, or sorry, he's already in Castle Age, but like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about what Sebastian wants to like do next, and like, what can he do next? He's trying to get his farms up now, but he still has 0 on food. Like, there's no wood in the bank. He's buying wood to get a monastery up. Still clearing up these towers. Like, oh man, I don't know. Alright, well, he's cleared up his base finally. He can start to take the relics. But Yo's going to be adding in scouts. I mean, I guess Sebastian has the eco lead, despite some idle time in there. He managed to somehow keep his TC running enough that when he nuked those 8 villagers from Mr. Yo, trying to pull out of his base, he's actually got a pretty good eco lead now. I can't believe it. He's going forward for the castle. I actually can't believe this. Oh my god. Great attack ground. Sebastian is hitting every single attack ground he's trying. Castle Age hits for Yo. He's almost got enough for his castle, but Sebastian's is going to be down first. Oh boy. Sebastian has to be sweating through his shirt right now. There's no way Sebastian is not sweaty. Knights are coming out here for Yo, but nice little pre-walls for Sebastian, so his castle will go up. Going to be a counter castle for Yo. Don't know where this villager came from. Quick walls himself in. Alright, castle goes up for Seba. He doesn't see this counter castle from Yo yet. Now he does. Eco is not great for either player. It's got to be said. That knight goes down for Yo. That's actually a huge deal to the spears. And Sebastian can take the relics behind this. Suddenly, it was looking really good for Yo, but I think Seba's in a really good position now. Eco is still struggling back here for Seba, but especially now that he's trying to make Janissaries. But he can collect all 5 relics if he wants. He's taking the forward resources here as well, which is not irrelevant. If he can take anything here, it's good long term for him. Turks are really bad without gold, but if you've got all 5 relics, and you've taken some of Yo's gold at the front... Petards! Petards are coming in! They're coming in hot. They're coming in super hot. Going to be a tower behind this for Yo. You might want to put more villagers on it than that, though. Yeah, he has to pull more villas, because this petard is coming straight through the wall. The monks are not going to do anything against these... mangonels, though you got to be really careful with that siege workshop there, right? Sebastian knows that that's probably a mango in there, so he doesn't want to come through the gap. Alright, it's an imp race. It is a race to the Imperial Age, and so far Yo is winning it pretty hard. I honestly think those Janissaries were a bad choice. The Janissaries and the petard were maybe a really bad choice for Sebastian. That's a lot of food, right? Between a petard and 4 Janissaries. He probably could have been up. Oh, but he's pretty close. He had so much stone in the bank. Selling that stone really got him pretty close. He's collecting the last 2 relics. Once he finds them, he's going to collect the last 2 relics. He'll find this one. This one is really far away. I don't even know where it is. Where is this relic? It's way out over here. That's super far away. I don't know if Sebastian will actually ever find that one. Imperial Age first for Sebastian. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe that this is working for Sebastian. He got hit so hard by that tower rush, but he just calmly added in the siege workshop, right? This tower ended up being huge for him too. And Yo sent so many villagers forward. I wonder if the Teutons actually ended up being bad here for Yo, right? If he just sends the usual like 3 or 4 villagers forward instead of the 8 that he sent, I feel like Yo's in a better position right now. Siege Workshop goes down. Sebastian can add in his own Siege Workshop if he wants to. He gets Chemistry for free. So it's going to be difficult for Yo to maintain this position. He doesn't have Crenellations yet either. I don't actually remember if Crenellations is the Imp tech or the Castle Age tech. This tower's going to start going down too. Takes a lot of damage from these mangonels. Oh boy, another tower behind this, but the forward one goes down. That house goes down as well. Janissaries are in. They can start killing some villagers. Yo's got to garrison that tower, okay. Okay, here it is. Siege Workshop behind for Sebastian. He's going to be in the Imperial Age. If he takes decent fights with his Siege versus Mr. Yo, he might actually go through to the next round. This would be a huge result for Sebastian. He's been on the cusp for so long, and then finally got some recognition thanks to Thalassocracy Cup. If he beats Yo here, there it is! GG, congrats from Yo! He's just not in a position to continue taking these fights, and Sebastian takes the set 4-3. Insane set. Every single game was a straight banger. Honestly. Wow, 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 wow. And Sebastian takes it. Oh. There we go. That is my boy right there. Takes it off of Mr. Yo. That's crazy. Great result for him.